What is this foolishness?
How many dreams can you shape in a minute, an hour?
The kind of clean you like best.
Lost 3 of my teeth, too. All right, so you lost. Next time you'll win.
Steamy, hot, hearty, delicious, invigorating.
Folks at home, how you doing tonight? Welcome to a brand new Ike Live show, and we've got a good one for you tonight. Let me start this off correctly and introduce the room. We got a great crew tonight with us for this show, this live show. Sitting right next to me, Miss Rebecca joining us. Beck, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I like this because normally you're in and out of shows, the last couple shows. We got kids and all this kind of stuff going on, dogs and cats and pigs. I don't know. What else do we have? We have all
pigs?
I got bronchitis.
We don't have any pigs.
We have one dog.
No, we have a dog. I just made up a lot of animals. But normally you're in and out. It's
True.
nice. You're here right off the giddy.
Well, so daylight savings just happened.
It did?
So in our children's mind right now, it's 9 o'clock.
Okay, so they were tired, so they
were
went.
exhausted.
So they're in bed
getting
early.
them to bed was a little easier this evening.
That's good. Well, we're glad you're here. And before I go over here, I got to ask you, of course, what are you wearing tonight? Who are you wearing?
I've
What is
got
this?
my Run DMC shirt on and
Okay.
my Zara cheetah pants.
Zara cheetah pants and a DMC shirt. That looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting to my left next to Miss Rebecca, we've got the one and only, the Dean, Pete Glusick, joining us, co-host of the show. Pete, how you doing?
I'm good, man. It's good to be in studio.
Yes.
A lot of buzz about tonight's show.
Yeah.
Really excited to see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
And I wonder what people, what if they had to vote, what people would vote.
Yeah.
About
so, it's
what's your
interesting.
decision's going to be.
I know.
Put one of those Facebook polls up.
Yeah, so it's interesting,
Anyone know how to do that?
I don't know.
We did. We had several. No official tallies.
No official tallies. Yeah, but I made a couple posts, unofficial posts, and it was, I would say, if I had to split it between the fans, it was, I would say 70% elites, and I would say the other 30% was about 15% MLF, 15% other, which I did see those.
That might be right.
Yeah. Maybe 10% other and whatever.
Just that in the third.
Yeah, it was around there. Let me continue with the room tonight and on the ones and twos tonight. I'm going to keep using that. I like that better. I want to imagine these guys being DJs up there. not producer and assistant producer, DJs.
Floating heads.
Right, more than floating heads.
Yeah,
yes.
We'll see about that.
No, pushing buttons on the IMs tonight. And listen, Sake, a.k.a. Jake, with us tonight. Jake, it's good to have you here again. You feel like you're becoming a fixture of the show now?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're becoming a part of this normal debauchery?
You can call it normal.
Normal?
What if the announcement tonight was that we're getting rid of Ike Live? How bad would you feel?
It's all my fault.
he just got promoted to assistant producer.
Yeah, just like that, it's gone.
I know.
You get to help clean up as we.
I know.
The
But
mess.
listen to me. If you're watching right now, your input in this show tonight is very valuable. We need it. We want it. Please. Jake's going to be looking at that IM all night. Send us messages. Do whatever you want. Little pictures, diagrams, anything you want. Jake's going to be checking them out. And then, of course, producing the show, Brian Carpenter. I only heard like 3 curse words to begin the show. That's good. It's normally
For me?
Yeah, 6.
What?
Yeah, there was a couple. What was that?
Before we went live.
Before we went live.
Yeah.
A couple little.
Fricka-fracka.
How you doing tonight, Brian?
Good. Outstanding. Very excited.
I'm excited
Yeah.
too. This is I'm like
We're going to see if you do it or not.
we're doing it. We're doing it. And if you're watching right now,
We're doing something.
we are doing it. We've got a great show for you. In the first segment here, we're going to do a little tribute to Aaron Martens. Love Aaron, and we've got a little montage put together. And then I think we're going to just do some stories about Aaron and celebrating his life. Impact so many people, Pete. His impact on not just the sport, but people, you know. And I'm going to talk more about that. After that, Pete, you know, you look around, besides Becky, she's the only one not wearing Ike apparel tonight. She's got Run DMC apparel on tonight. We're going to be launching officially a brand new line of Aftco clothing. It's the Aftco times Ike. This is a collaboration line, the Ike approved line. And I'm excited, Pete, because we have a fall launch that we're doing now. We're easing into it. And then we're going to have a spring launch that's a little bit sizable, more sizable than this one. I'm so excited. And we've got a good friend of mine, also works over at Afco. We've got Matt Florentino joining us. Matt's going to talk a lot about Afco. I want to hear a little bit of the history of Afco. They're doing some big things in fishing. So very excited to have Matt on. And then in the second segment, Pete, we're going to make this announcement. We are actually going to make this announcement. If you're worried, I know we've had some announcements in the past that we had technical difficulties.
I'm a little worried that I might be punked. You
might, yeah.
Even us here in the studio.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I got something way better.
It's going to happen.
I got something better in mind for you,
Yeah.
Pete.
And then in the third, I want to throw this out there, and I want people to know, we don't want to give this away quite yet, but in the third segment, Brian the Carpenter has a great mystery guest lined up. And I love it because I don't even know who these guests are. So we've got a mystery guest, plus we're doing an MTB unboxing. Speaking of MTB, Pete, the show happens because of great companies. I want to just run down them real quick. Of course, our presenting sponsor, Mystery Tackle Box. Dude, I love this thing. It's like Christmas to your doorstep once a month. Puts lures in your hands that are hot, new, trending, stuff you might not normally buy.
Absolutely.
It's right here at your fingertips.
So much fun.
It's fun. It is fun. That's a good way to put it, right? It's fun to look out there at your door and see that box. It's very fun. Brought to you by Afco, of course, and we're going to be talking about some of the new clothing tonight. Tin Cup Whiskey. Oh, gosh, we love whiskey here on Ike Live. And if you're watching and you like a good American-made whiskey, check out Tin Cup. I think we're going to be drinking a little bit of the rye tonight. Love the rye. I'm a big fan of it. Founders Beer. What a great beer. Tonight we're going to be mixing it up. I'm starting with the Bottle Shop. Founders also has a great Oktoberfest out that's tasty. And Brian the Carpenter, correct me if I'm wrong, but if somebody's watching right now and they're in Bumfuck, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And they're saying, man, I don't know.
That's where Brodzik was looking for a house.
Right. Brodzik's looking for a house there. And they're saying, I don't know if I have Founders around me. There is a way to figure that out, right?
That's right.
And what is that system, Brian?
Figure it the hell out.
Figure it out.
Get off your butt, lace up your bootstraps, and figure that shit
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant? Oh, the Founders app.
The Founders app. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Download the Founders app. And
Figure it out.
When you download that Founders app, you put in your zip code there, and you can figure out the closest place to you that has Founders. It's really good. Pete, got some great other sponsors here. I see on my list, Bash University. Talk to me a little bit about BU. What do we got? We got some specials happening. What's going on?
Yeah, well, you know, Black Friday specials are rolling out everywhere.
Ooh, yeah.
We've got the Bash U Black Bass Friday.
Black Bass Friday.
Black Bass Friday.
I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. We had so many people this time of year come to Bash University. They're taking their off season, learning, preparing for the next year.
Yeah.
We're offering $50 off an annual subscription for Bash U TV, and that's all over at bashu.tv, by the way. And our classes are underway. You can go sign up. We're getting physical.
Yeah, I want to give a quick applause.
Physical.
Let me give a quick applause to that, just because. Listen, I'm not. We don't talk politics or religion on the show. We stay away from that. But, dude, it feels so nice to be getting back to normality a little bit and having Bash University classes again.
Yes.
So great. Feels great.
It's really cool. And we have 2 classes lined up. We're going to be in Gadsden, Alabama, and we're going to be in Anderson, South Carolina.
Ooh.
This year. They're both going to be in January. Go over to thebassuniversity.com, and you can pick out the schedules.
Yeah.
But we have some lineups already.
Ooh.
For our classes.
You want to give me some names?
Yeah, I want to give you some names.
All right.
At Anderson right now, we've got Patrick Walters.
Ooh.
We got Matt Airy, Brandon Cobb, and yours truly will be in Anderson, South Carolina. 2 more speakers are going to be announced for that event. And in Gadsden, we have our friend John Murray, who sure has a bunch of Aaron Martens stories. Wes Logan, Zach Burge, Matt Herron, local stud. Ishama.
Whoa.
Long time. I think Ish may be the longest tenured speaker at Bass U.
Yeah. I remember him being at one of the first ones in Philly.
Absolutely.
Like the very
He was
first
definitely
one.
there.
Yeah.
He's been there
And then when
day
we went
one.
to Cali, one of the
Cali?
first years,
yeah,
right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I think the first year.
Yeah.
Ish has been a great speaker for us.
And we have a headliner at the Gadsden show, a guy that's going to be making a big decision tonight.
Oh, I'm going to be there speaking. That's right. It's going to be a good one.
Go over to thebassuniversity.com. We've got some early bird specials. Get your tickets. Get on. We're getting physical. We get to see people this year.
That's
Very
awesome.
exciting.
I like it.
This show, real quick, is also brought to you by TH Marine. What a great time to go over to TH Marine. Guys are building boats right now. Guys are getting their boats ready for the new season. Go to TH Marine. They got everything you need. Liquid Mayhem. Man, all the guys here at Ike Live Crew have been using Mayhem and Scent forever. It's great stuff. It really works. Flambeau, Tackle Warehouse. Everybody I know shops at Tackle Warehouse. Hobie, they are the Cadillac of kayaks. And if you want to get into kayak fishing, look at that 360 pedal drive. Go over to Hobie.com. Torpedo, man, that is the next thing in kayak fishing. In fact, Pete, when I won my event on the bay, I had a Torpedo on the back. I couldn't have won if it wasn't for what a Torpedo allowed me to do.
Absolutely.
Get out in that flat, get back. So Torpedo power for kayaks, boats, small boats, all that stuff. Last but not least, Heshy socks. Got them on tonight, rocking them. They look great with the new Ike Aftco stuff. Great list of sponsors here for the show. Want to start the show out, Pete. We always do this every time, and want to thank our military, active and veterans. Thank you, men and women. Thank you guys for what you do. It's an absolute crazy world. Every time Brian the Carpenter comes over early and we start talking about the world, I get more and more freaked out. So thank you guys for what you do. Want to thank our policemen, our firemen, EMT, doctors. Thank you guys for what you do. Thank you very much. Where did my notes go? Did I give you my notes? Can I look at this real quick? Let's see where we're at real quick here. All that was off of memory. How'd I do?
You did
Did
really
good.
good.
I did pretty good? Okay.
8 years.
I'm like watching these two. Like they're
They-
the producers right now are doing weird things with like stickers
I
on
like
plates
it,
and
though.
stuff.
Well,
I know.
Yeah, we got. I won't talk about it. The lighting's just glares over here,
Yeah.
glares over there.
Yeah.
8 years we've been doing this.
Is it 8 years?
I think 2013. Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Dude,
hard to believe.
isn't that crazy? 8 years.
Remember when we all just gathered in the basement?
Yeah.
And drank drinks.
Yeah, the
and
early Ike Live shows.
had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
Still don't.
Yeah.
Brian still presses buttons and
Still
drinks.
presses buttons. Just random buttons. See if that works. Press that.
I missed my first show the other night.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Bass U Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Last
Ah.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh.
First one.
Forever.
Like Live or Bass U since
Did
we
it
started.
hurt you to your soul?
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were missed.
Yeah.
But
I know.
and
I can only imagine.
I remember. I remember one of the first shows that never happened. We did an entire show that never made it to air.
No,
with Trent.
we did. So we did it. It was like show number 3 with Trent Cole.
Poor
Right.
Trent.
Trent and Fletcher.
No,
Fletcher wasn't there for that one?
no, this
thought
was
he
early.
was. I could have swore Fletcher was there for that one.
No, that was just straight up Trent.
Was
right?
it straight up
That was
Trent?
just Trent. I think.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
remember because it looked like Fletcher was like on his shoulders.
Yeah.
He's this little boy
I
behind
could have
him.
swore Fletcher was there for that one. Maybe was it?
Yeah. But anyhow, yeah. Yes. No, but halfway through that show, we had a technical difficulty. I think somebody kicked the plug out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something happened.
Just the plug came out.
But then
we couldn't fix
Then we
things.
went back live, but we weren't. We did like another hour where we were like just talked about stuff.
we were fake live.
Great
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, we were fake
It was
live.
good.
I had. By the way,
Yeah.
shout out to Mark Jeffries
Shout out to Mark
for
Jeffries.
not teaching me how to turn the shit
yeah.
back on.
Shout out to Mark Jeffries.
8 years ago.
Yeah. Shout out to Mark Jeffries for not only helping to create the show, and he's really behind Ike Live. He's behind BU. It's really
Yes.
he's a genius. But a bigger shout out to Mark Jeffries because today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Mark!
I know.
Everybody, put your
Did
drink
not
up.
know
If
that.
you're
Yeah.
watching right now and you're drinking beer, you're
Excited
drinking
that
Founders
Markle.
or Tin Cup. Happy birthday to Mark Jeffries.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Over at
Birthday,
Bass Talk
Mark.
Live. We love you, Mark.
Another lap around the sun for Jark Meffries.
Also, want to remind everybody, if you're watching right now, if you're watching over
you're not.
on Facebook, it's okay. We like our Facebook viewers too. But if you're watching on Facebook, do me a favor. Like and share that feed. That's all you have to do. Like and share the feed while you're watching. And if you do that, you're going to be entered in a contest to win an Ike Live gift bag. It's right here. Give me a weight on that, Beck. I'm talking approximately, click, 20,
Yeah, it's good, like 20, 25
20
pounds.
25
Yeah.
pounds
Loaded.
of sponsor products loaded in this world-famous Ike Live gift bag. Like and share the feed. And, Jake, you're going to do a little, what are you going to do here? A little random selection at the end of the show in the
We're
third
gonna
segment.
spin a wheel.
Spin a wheel.
Spin a wheel.
Okay, so random selection of the like and share people that participate in that, and you're going to win that bag. So it's going to be awesome.
And we'll find out if you're going to receive it because now Jake's in charge.
Right,
Oh boy.
Your luck wasn't very high with Rich, so maybe
Yeah.
Jake, it
Yeah.
goes up a little bit.
Jake. Yeah,
0.5%.
it's on you. Also, let me remind everybody, if you're watching tonight, throughout the show, we're going to have some random questions, or we'll take some of the best comments, and we're going to be giving you some of this brand new Ike-approved Afco product. It's awesome. We'll be giving you away some of these hats and beanies throughout the show tonight. So it's
We're
awesome.
giving away riches to the fans tonight.
Yeah, we'll give
Rich's
away
stuff.
Rich's little thing that Miss Janet set aside. Just give
Who
that
picked
away.
the sizes?
Miss Janet, I think, did, didn't
Oh,
she?
she's-
Miss Janet do it?
That's awesome.
She and I did it together. Did we not get it right?
Well, your assessment of me is very kind. I
Very
appreciate
flattering
it.
to-
Very flattering, but a little on the small side.
Yeah.
Well, no, their stuff has a bit of a boxier fit, though.
Is that right?
You'll be fine.
Well, try it. Try it on. If it doesn't fit,
All right.
we'll fix you up.
Are you trying to say it's not your size, Brian?
Oh, I'm good.
It's
good.
just Peter?
Yeah. Well,
I was a little tight. Yeah.
A little tight?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, maybe.
Fingers in the
Were
dryer.
you
it's all
Pete
right.
tight or Jake tight?
I passed.
Pete tight.
I passed mine on to Jake. So
Yeah,
it was-
Wow.
It was close.
All right.
Man,
Let
you
me.
How old are you?
At least y'all are
22.
men. You can't be offended.
Can't be offended. It's bad.
But not offended.
Let me real quick, too, Brian. I had a note about this. I want to talk about it while it's sitting right here in front of me. But
Oh, yeah.
we enjoy Tin Cup whiskey every show. We love it.
Indeed.
I drink it. Man, we were camping the other night. Listen to me.
Brush your
I had
teeth
to
with it.
Dude, it's cold. We're camping. We're in Gettysburg. It's cold. We're sitting by a fire. Oh, dude, me and Don, I went with my buddy Don. We just poured a little bit of that in there, sitting by the
Yeah.
fire. Dude, it doesn't get any better than that. But Tin Cup.
Uncle
is-
Don?
No, not Uncle Don.
Oh.
Don, our friend Don.
Yeah.
Tin Cup's doing some cool stuff in the fishing world, and I wanna talk about this. Got a note about this. Through Tin Cup's $1 a bottle fish stocking program, they're working with the Indiana Bass Federation, and they're putting 2,000 bass in Lake Monroe tomorrow, and that's in Indiana, Big Lake over there in Indiana. So they're giving back. I like that.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and
that's not their first time either.
no, and I love companies, Pete, that we work with that are giving back to the outdoors. We're going to be talking to Afco later. Dude, they do so much. I cannot even tell you.
They've been doing it forever.
Forever, since the beginning.
Right.
Since the beginning of the company.
Percentage of their revenue goes right back into the environment.
Goes right back. 10%.
wildlife, yeah.
It's a 10%, in fact, on
Wow.
all Afco purchases.
Is that right?
Yeah, it goes right back to, conservation and outdoor programs and all this kind of stuff. But here's another thing I want to
Wow.
mention. This is awesome. And why I mention it, I'll show you another piece here. This is the coach's jacket in black, Brian. I'll just show you real quick.
Oh.
Love this one, too. But if you're watching tonight and you're going to see a lot of this new Ike apparel, this Afco Ike-approved apparel, a percentage of all this, Pete, goes toward the Ike Foundation. So a piece of each purchase goes to the Ike Foundation to help get new kids fishing. Dude, I thought that was awesome.
That is awesome.
You know, when they came up with this program of this new apparel, like that was as important to them as it was to me and Becky. So thank you guys for doing that. And I want everybody to know, man, if you buy some of this stuff, a little bit's going back to getting kids fishing.
Yeah.
Are you playing with my mic?
No, there's a Quincy hair stuck in your mic. It was making me nuts.
It might have been a chin hair.
Or
I
that.
know it was Quincy hair.
Balchinian.
Bri, this is one that's hard because I know this is a hard one because I want to talk about it and I want to celebrate it, but it's hard. It's hard to talk about it. And I can tell you, listen to me, man. Pete, you know this. I traveled with Pete since the 60s probably for a long time.
Pretty long.
And I'm not I don't like to get like emotional, you know what I mean? I don't cry. I mean, if you live in Jersey, right? Like you're taught to be manly and not show emotions. But this is the kind of thing that like when in fact, Brian sent me the news. I first heard from Brian. I got a text, and we were out actually like walking around, and I couldn't even keep it together. You know what I mean? And
I do.
It's tough to swallow, but I want to take this approach as a celebration because he was so impactful to the fishing industry, but to people. And I said that already, but I want to say it again. How much of a class act this guy was, and how much he had a positive effect on people's lives. We're going to do a little Aaron Martens tribute, and Jake put together a little montage for us. So let's start with that. Brian, you want to roll that?
Oh, man.
I know.
Yeah, just moment of silence here.
Yeah. Man, it's hard and beautiful to watch that at the same time, you know. And it's funny. I was watching all those images, and there were images of Aaron as a competitor, and there was images as Aaron as a teacher, and you know, like all these different images of him. But the one thing that was the same in all those pictures is he always had that like he was always Aaron.
Yeah.
Like even when he was mad and pissed off,
yeah,
he was always like happy and had this positive energy to him, you know? And it was like ironic because the one picture I was in was me standing behind him at the weigh-in tank. And here's me, like I could see me fretting and like I'm, you know, probably mad or angry or something or pissed off. And Aaron's just in front of me just smiling, you know? And that was always Aaron, man. Brian, we talked about this before, and I want to say this the right way. But, dude, out of all the people in the fishing industry, there's good guys. There's guys that are okay. There's a couple bad ones out there.
Assholes like me.
There's a couple bad ones mixed in. But, dude, Aaron was one of the good ones. He was a genuinely good soul, like to the core. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, one of the best, dude. One of the best.
100% agree. You know, and I got, you know, fished against him. Like I saw him in the Ranger jersey, you know, back when we were getting that West Coast invasion.
Yeah.
He was part of that.
Yeah. That one was when he would fish Pittsburgh, by the way, which was a great Aaron moment.
Yeah.
When he fished Pittsburgh. Yeah.
And, you know, I just, you know, I've been around him, and he's just so easy to know. And he had, like you said, to me, he had a light. He just always had a light about him.
Yep.
And you just get so emotional talking about it. But it's like I wasn't around him enough.
Yeah.
And I was around him just a little bit. I got we hung out a couple times, and you just felt he just made you feel wonderful.
Yeah.
When you were around him, he made you feel good about you.
Yeah.
He just had that crazy ability to do that.
Yeah.
And always in that positive frame of mind. I just love the guy, and I'm glad that. And I said this on the shows. Like I'm glad the suffering for him is over.
Yeah.
But man, I'm gonna miss that guy.
Oh man. I think everyone that even if you never met Aaron, it comes through in anything that he was a part of, that positive energy comes through. And so, oh man,
except when he would argue with guys at Bass University.
Right. Yeah. About stuff. Yeah.
That would be.
Please tell me about that.
Yeah.
I need a break from the.
I remember. I remember he was with us in 16 and 18. He did some seminars with us, and he just had and in Aaron's style, man, he was like a squirrel, just getting taking it in every which way. But the big point of contention at this one was he was adamant about these guys throwing 40-pound test braid. That's all you'll ever need. And he's in the room with flippers and power fishermen, just flat out, you're wrong. Nope. Not just thoroughly, flying in the face of it.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
But
why do you need more than 40?
Well, barnacles.
Oh, schmarnicles.
Shopping carts.
Big fish.
It's 40.
Yeah.
40 braid's pretty heavy.
I don't know. But Aaron was always that way. Like, he always erred on the light. Like, he was always going, like,
Little
5-pound
5-pound test.
Yeah.
And so he always pushed that extreme and felt like, he could get more out of the lighter line. But it was really funny to see him just absolutely contradict so adamantly, after we were just taught, 65, 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Don't bother if you're not going to throw that.
It's a 3-pound fish.
Yeah. But his that uniqueness to Aaron is what really drew me to him early on, because he was always like that, where he'd be talking about one thing, and then a minute later it's something else, and 30 seconds later it's something else. But that was him.
Yeah.
And that's what I love that about Aaron. But here's the thing I wanted to mention. And again, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I won't say any other names. But, dude, Aaron was, if not the best, one of the best fishermen alive, right?
Oh, yeah.
From the natural. They called him the natural, right? He was the best fisherman I've ever competed against. Watching what he did and watching it. He never knew it. Or if he knew it, he never even acknowledged that or cared about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had a humble.
Dude, there was a
humble
humble
style.
nature about him. And there are a lot of other guys that are good like Aaron, but they know it. They know it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And I'm not saying any names, but they know it, but Aaron, he didn't care that he was one of the best. He didn't give a shit because it wasn't about that. You know what I mean? It was, oh man, I love that. I love that he never changed from the day that I met him. By the way, we both turned pro in the same year.
Oh, yeah.
We were both exactly the same age. We had a lot of similarities, but from the minute that I met him, that first year, which was 99, fall 99, he was the same dude.
Yeah.
Before he was the Aaron Martens that we know now, right? He was just a kid from the West Coast. Same dude. Same dude. And you could ask a lot of people that were really, really tight with him, and they'll say the same thing. He never changed. Never got a big head. Never knew he was the best inside. You know what I mean? He never...
Well, it never came out that way.
Right.
He could talk to a guy that's brand new to fishing, or guys like you that won classics and AOYs, and it seems like he was the same.
Yeah.
All around. And I fished. I had and this was really special for me. It was at Thousand Islands, and I don't think we even had a chance to talk about it. But I drew out with a co-angler, obviously, that was a marshal, and he marshaled twice with Aaron.
Wow.
And it was just an unbelievable day.
Yeah.
I went out to the big water.
Oh yeah.
And we were out there by ourselves, just me and there's no boats around us. We're in the 3 to 5 foot swells, and just doing our thing. And he's telling me stories. His favorite Aaron Martens story, which was a cool one, because he said that Aaron told him that he said, "I really like you because you can tell the difference when I'm talking to myself and when I'm talking to you."
Oh, it's awesome.
That was cool. He had to, and Aaron was going through a hard time back in September.
Yeah.
Obviously, the whole family was, but we caught 4-pound smallmouth all day.
Yeah.
And Aaron, I just felt like Aaron was with us.
Yeah.
Out in the boat that day. He was in our conversation and spirit.
Yeah.
It was that was a pretty special day.
Yeah. Beck, I know we've got great Aaron stories, and we got to spend a lot of time with Aaron and Leslie and the kids. They camped, we camped, so there was a period where we were touring, where we spent a lot of time with them, and I know you probably have some great stories. Real quick, I want to just tell you one though. Bri, every time I would run into Aaron, and this is especially when we were camping, he'd always come by, and he would be jogging in the morning or something, or jogging in the afternoon. He would run when he'd come back from the tournament.
He was the Energizer Bunny. He would get off the water, and he'd go for like a 5 or 6 mile jog.
And he would always come by on his run, and he would purposely stop by my camper. And he would stop by, and I'd be out like working on tackle or fiddling with something. He'd be like, bro, when are you going to start running with me, bro?
I know.
You got the build. You got the body. When are you going to – bro, you're a runner. When are you going to start running? And you guys would do the 5Ks and the
we did this
the Ragnar races together. And he would always bug me. Oh, come on, bro. When are you going to run? I'm like, I can't do that shit. I'm like the water boy. I carry the water for you guys, And but he'd always bug me about running, wanting to go run. Amazing, It was like every time. It wasn't a time that passed that he didn't do that, But
it's fascinating that he did that after. You know how exhausted you are mentally and physically.
Oh yeah.
But he would talk to me about it too, and said that. Of course, he was telling me that I should run with him too, for a different kind of reason, because I don't have the runner's body right now. And in order to acquire it, you need to get out there and run 5 miles after a tournament day. Yeah. But his ability to do. But he would always talk about his focus. It's like almost like therapeutic.
Yeah.
More than it was physical fitness.
Yeah.
It was just more therapeutic for him.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of miles.
Yeah.
Did he run in there? Did he really run in those weird shoes with the
oh,
toes
yeah.
cut out of them?
Oh yeah. He loved those shoes. Yeah. He loved those things. They were great. Brian, he was I know you got a chance to hang with Aaron on a social level too, and I want you to talk about that a little bit. But dude, Aaron was Aaron whether he was competing, whether he was at a meeting, seminar, or just hanging too. You had some good nights out with Aaron. He was that kind of guy.
Yeah, we did. We had a couple nights down at ICAST that were pretty amazing. Just sitting there, listening to him tell us stories about where he grew up, in California, and that in that development with the big house on the hill with all the lights that they made all the movies.
Oh man!
But we can't talk about that.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear him talk about the world record that he pretty sure he had on?
Yeah, I didn't hear. I've never heard him tell the story, but I've heard the story through people. Yeah,
we got to hear that night.
Yeah,
a bass, a largemouth.
Oh yeah.
Tell the story.
I can't. I don't remember it. I don't remember it in enough detail. It was a good night.
But he felt like he had the world record on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's amazing.
I got a question, Mike. So, just view Aaron as, just this kind soul, no malice in this guy.
Yeah.
It's just
Zero.
Legit.
0, 0, 0.
Unless you
Right.
throw 65-pound braid.
Right.
Fair enough.
0.
And then you deserve it. But that kind of flies in the face of being a competitor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he still, like you said, was the best. You know,
Yeah.
he was AOY. He
Yeah.
was- do you think that held him back any? Not having that cutthroat,
I don't think
not
it
having
did.
that gene.
No, because I think for him it was more like, you know, when you meet people with like ADD and I'm not saying that Aaron did, but it's more of that personality where their brain is all over the place until they have this thing that they're focused on, and it's like that singular focus. And I think for Aaron it always manifested in having to figure it out. Like he had to solve the puzzle, because you guys talk about him being a natural, and it was always fun. I mean, everyone knows I'm not that big into fishing. I mean, clearly it's my life, but I don't want to listen to Mike give a seminar every day.
You don't?
But I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I always thought that, like, it was interesting when Aaron would speak after, like, a tournament he won, or, like, it was always intriguing to me because the way he spoke was interesting, even for someone who wasn't an avid angler, because he would talk about, like, how he figured it out. Like, what was the tournament that he figured out the fish were eating the birds?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
was,
I still...
Yeah, that was
Is that
Arizona.
the West Coast?
Havasu.
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 Yeah.
And I still remember, like, how, like, odd that was, but it was interesting to listen to him talk. So in my mind, like, it was more of a puzzle that he was figuring out. Like, he was so focused on it. So I don't think for him it was the competition that he was going to beat someone else. I think it was that he was going to solve the puzzle, which therefore won you a tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think there's different mentalities of people out there, and that seemed
For
more
sure.
like his,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I don't have to go beat everyone. Like, this is fun. Like, that was always
Yeah.
Aaron. Like, yeah, we're having fun.
Yeah.
But like when he was on the boat, it was that absolute focus that he
Yeah.
had to solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
Did you ever bump into him on the water?
Never, like, spot bumping, like, in a specific spot.
In his community.
Right. Never in his direct community, but for sure fished around Aaron a lot. And, you know, the one thing is when I would see Aaron in an area in a tournament, especially during the tournament, I always felt good because it was like when you see Aaron floating around, dude, you're in a good area. You're in a good area, even if it's, you know, if he's a quarter mile away, you know, you're in a good place. But I can tell you, like, several times throughout my career, I've had times when Aaron would come up to me, like, after the day or after the tournament and be like, he would come up to me and be like, oh, man, I saw you on that sandbar over there. Yeah, I found those fish too, and I never went to them, and I saw you on. And he had that, like he finds a lot of good stuff, but he also had, like, the heart to.
That's what I was saying about that.
Right.
Not having that cutthroat.
But I think
holding
that's
them back.
that's a great quality to have.
Sure.
A lot of guys don't have it. I don't have it. You know, like, I'm competitive.
You're
like,
a good example of not having
I'm
it.
a good example of the opposite
Yeah.
of being terrible. I've gotten better in my career, but Aaron wasn't like that. And he didn't need to be like that. I think he was that good where he didn't need to do that, you know?
Right.
But, you know, I wanted to get back to the fact that, and Jake, let me remind you, if you're watching, if you've got an Aaron story or if you want to comment about Aaron at all, please do. And we're gonna put some of this through here in a second. But I mentioned this, Pete, in a post, and I want to say it again, which is he impacted so many people in fishing, right? Like, when you look at people and you look at their styles, like, we're watching all these 20-somethings come up right now. And, dude, they're 20 for crying out loud. That's ridiculous. But they've molded their career and their technique and style off of Aaron, right? Drop shotting, finesse fishing, the way he sets the hook, the way he handles, like, their whole style. How many thousands of anglers are out there that have learned how to fish from Aaron, right? So he was impactful from the fishing standpoint.
Huge influence.
But in my mind, dude, the bigger one is how, you know, like, impactful he was on people's lives. Like, I have not met a person ever in my life that has met Aaron or has watched Aaron from afar and hasn't had that positive vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, that speaks volumes to a person. That speaks volumes to a person. And I said it in my post, dude, I don't give a shit how many trophies and awards You know what I mean? Like, none of that matters, right? At the end of the day, what matters is how you impact people. And, dude, he's just positive impact on people. That's incredible.
I've never heard anybody, to Brian's point, I've never heard anybody crack on Aaron or have a negative comment about, oh, man, he did this to me on the water. You know, even in that harsh competitive environment, you know, he just, it's a pure positive experience with him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Big impact.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the crazy things, Beck, I did want to mention, you lost one of your good friends to the same kind of cancer.
Brain cancer.
Brain cancer. A year and a day. Exactly 1 year and 1 day from when Aaron passed.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Yeah. 2 years in a row. That's tough. That's tough from the same kind of cancer. Jake, you got a couple comments you want to put through? Does anybody have a good story or a good Aaron comment you want to put through?
Yeah, we got a couple good ones over here.
Okay.
Real quick, I know it's something you believe in. At the tournament where I posted the picture from, the Chesapeake Bay tournament, picture with Aaron.
Yep.
He stayed for as long as I was there, and I know I was pretty far towards the back of the line, and if not longer after me, to make sure he signed every autograph. He was signing hats, shirts, whatever. Had the trophy sitting there, take a picture with the trophy. Like, he stayed. And
it's awesome.
And he made sure everyone got to talk to Aaron, have a handshake, take a picture.
It's awesome.
On a lighter note, Landon Tucker was at a media event with Aaron and said that Aaron was chasing the cows after he spooked them and went for the cow tip and said he could have called him if he was running more than 60% of his speed. If that's not dialed.
Wow. Great story, Landon.
But there is no negative comments on here about Aaron. Like, everyone's talking about how humble he is.
Zero.
Compassionate. Respectable.
Zero.
Accomplished.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
That was an amazing win on the Chesapeake. By
what a
the
great
way.
win! What a great win!
And just that, and that showed, like, to me, like, his, you know, he's a West Coast guy, so he's experienced with the tides, you know.
Yeah.
But boy, you saw him just like wait for it. He's like, they're missing it. The tide's gonna get right, and he just knew.
He knew.
He knew that thing.
And you saw that in a lot of his wins.
Yeah.
Where, you know, he knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
You know, as you watch it, you're looking at it and you're like, oh my God, he's going to win. And, you know, just that was that confidence that he knew it was going to happen.
And the joy, the unadulterated joy when he caught that 7-pounder.
Yeah.
I mean, he was dancing, showing it to the people in the marina.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just the joy.
Well, I always say that, and I believe it's true. Like, I feel like fishing keeps me young, but for sure, I think it kept Aaron young. You know, like, we've all kind of aged, but man, when he was fishing, it was like he was 12 again, 10 again.
Exactly,
you know?
right.
That's a great thing about the sport of fishing.
Yep.
But Aaron had that, man.
He had that at Havasu on that tournament you were talking about. Like, like he knew.
I remember.
He knew the bird pattern, but he was still fascinated every time he made it work.
Yeah.
You know, he'd pick up that fish and he'd feel there's the bird right in there. You know. It was pretty amazing.
We got a special guest, Brian the Carpenter, popping in with us. Really good friend of all of ours, a good friend of the show. Hopping on here live with a Zoom. We've got Dan O'Sullivan. Dano! Love you, man.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing?
How are you guys? Love you, too.
Good to see you tonight. You going to come on and give us a great Aaron story? We're celebrating Aaron's life tonight on this show. You going to give us a good Aaron story?
Yeah, the thing about, I guess you know, there's always there's 100 of them. But I got to meet Aaron in 1993. I was going to school at the Masters College in Southern California playing baseball, and I tore my rotator cuff and was going to have surgery. And I had met this guy at a local tackle store named John Viazanko, and everybody called him Zank. Another, you know, just a good dude there, Southern California. He's like generation and a half of the hand pour guys. Another really good friend of Aaron's. And I met Zank at a tackle store, and, you know, I could say, hey, I got nothing to do now. My baseball season's over. My baseball career's over. Let's go fishing. And So I'd pay for his gas and he'd take me out there. He was a guide, so, you know, he was making a living at it, but couldn't, you know, he couldn't, when he wasn't fishing, when he wasn't guiding, he would take me along. And we went to Castaic one day about 3 days before my shoulder surgery, just to go do something that was, to get my mind off of it. And we're out there fishing up in the fishing arm at Castaic, and we're throwing them. We call them popcorn bass. We're catching them on little Georges, and these fish are just going crazy. We must have caught like 30, and he caught like 80 because he was really, really good, or still is. But we go running around into the fishing arm, and there's this white Ranger. I really didn't know the boats that well then, but there's this white Ranger. This is like my second year around fishing tournaments at all, and navy blue stripes, red pins, and this guy standing up there, and I mean, just every drop is just pounding them. And Zank tells me that's this local guy named Aaron Martens, and he's really, really good. And, you know, he says he might be like 19 years old. And so we stood around him, and Aaron is talking to Zank, being his typical self, going, "Oh yeah, I got this new graph. It's a Lowrance X70A." And John, it's like the only, you know, LCD that looks like paper. And Zank was a paper guy.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You got to come over here and see this, bro." And so Zank rolls up. Now, mind you, I've not driven a bass boat yet. I started fishing with my buddy and my dad, who had a tracker. And Zank had a 1976 Eldo Craft that was tan with brown metal flake stripes.
Ooh.
And an old clamshell Mercury on it that he had done work on. And it shot this rooster tail way up in the air. And I think it was Aaron and his buddies that called it the Hershey squirt. And so we go up there, and I'm pulling around, and Aaron's spinning around with the trolling motor, beast, 55-pound thrust, you know, Minn Kota, motor guide. Actually, it was before that. And Aaron is just jacking him, but he's showing Zank all these different things and showing him the graph. And Zank's trying to talk me through, get over here, drop it down, count it to whatever. And Aaron's like, no, count it to 7.5 or whatever. You know, I'm making up numbers, but super detailed. And they were catching them on Rapala jigging pleekies. And I wrote that in my post that I did, the ice jigs.
Yeah.
And sitting there in 30 minutes, Aaron had found this wad of fish, and he caught like 30 of them while I'm sitting off watching. And John says, "Here, go for a ride in this boat." He's always got one of the fastest boats around. And it's the first time I'd ever been 70 plus on the water in a Ranger 481 V with a 175 that Aaron was known at the time for doing stuff to his motor. Yeah. And but then he looked at us and he goes, "Come on, let's go to Dairy Queen or Foster's Freeze or whatever it was." And we spent the whole rest of the evening after we caught. I mean, they caught like 50 and I caught like 10, and you know, it was just stupid. But
yeah.
And so I was familiar with Aaron from Southern California, going to school down there. And then I started writing, and I was writing for this publication called The Fish Sniffer in a pullout section, the New Bass pullout section. And I kind of had a falling out with I was writing for entry fees because I was fishing tournaments. And I decided to go try West Coast bass. And Aaron started in Western Outdoor News, which, Mike, you just fished the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And ABA, which was American Bass Association. ABA is kind of not there anymore in Southern. It was mainly a team circuit. Western Outdoor News had teams, and it was called One Bass. They had teams, and then they had pro-ams up and down the West Coast. And then there was West Coast Bass, which was a Northern California organization with ties to U.S. Bass and some of these other things. But they were all pro-ams. And Aaron fished all the Southern Cal ones that went over to Meade and Powell and some of these. But I was familiar with him, and then he started coming up fishing the Northern California stuff with West Coast because they were giving boats away too. And of course, he's winning stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, Kent Brown, another one of our friends, was the sales guy at West Coast Bass, and he's kind of laid out when I first went to West Coast and asked them to write for him. It's the first time I really considered myself writing professionally, because I was actually getting $150 an article, 75 of it in cash, 75 of it in West Coast Bass Bucks, which would go towards entry fees or shop and sponsor product. And rather than just getting credit for entry fees, I was actually getting some money for it. And it was my second or third interview. And I'm getting somewhere with this, but it just as the memories pour. But
yeah,
Aaron, in the way, you know, Beck brought it up, the way that he talked and the way that he conversed detail, it wasn't always that way.
Yeah.
So this article was a shaking worms article. You know, there was this technique that was started out there. Ivino was real big on it. Everybody else, the doodling technique, brass and glass, the whole deal. And Aaron was really, really good at it, as he was everything else. But it was three guys, two Northern California guys and Aaron. And so the first guy was a guy named Dave Rush, not Bass's own Dave Rush, but another guy, Dave Rush, that fishes tournaments out there and had won a bunch of stuff, a bunch of pro-ams. Another guy named Nate Lemons, who was another worm shaker that had won 2 pro-am, 2 boats in the last 2 years in draw tournaments, and Aaron. So it was kind of like sitting in a room with you, Mike. I can say, tell me about throwing a DT6 on flats. I don't have to talk for another 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then maybe just ask you 1 or 2 questions, because you're so detailed and you're going to get all the information that I just need to fill in little details with questions. Well, that's the way it was with the first 2 guys. So I've got this groove going in this article. So I talked to Carol. She was mailing me pictures, because we didn't have digital then.
Yeah.
It was mail pictures that they could scan to put in and then she sets up the call with Aaron. And so I get on this phone call with Aaron Martens, who I'd met 3 or 4 years earlier. This is like 98, and I'd met him 5 years. I'd met him in 93. And so I go, okay, Aaron, the article is shaking worms. Tell me what you do. I shake it. And I say, okay, what do you mean? Well, you know, I look at where I want to throw it to. You know, maybe I'm looking at the graph at my Lowrance, and then, you know, I make a cast. And then what? Well, it hits the bottom. And then what? I shake it until what? I get a bite. And then what? I set the hook. How? Hard. And I go, whoa, stop, back up, retool. And now it's a whole different approach and this stuff. And I remember the first interview that I did with him, it really was working to get the information out of him.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to other years later, to see the development of his brain as a promoter.
Yeah.
To be able to express what he was saying. But then back, what you brought up is that, you know, there's, you know, people always said, well, Aaron's different, or he's quote special, or he's these things. And I know that for those of us from the West Coast that were so used to being around him, we'd get offended when people would say that.
Yeah.
Because to us, it was a beautiful special and a beautiful different that, and a lot of people were just like, dude, he's weird. Yeah. No, he's not. Yeah. It's seriously Cinderella Man type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'd sit there and you would listen to him. And I just remember, I guess one of the things that my career that I'll look at is Louis Stout called me one day and says, I need to ask you a question. I said, what's that? He goes, I have to do an interview with Aaron, and you always seem to get pretty good stuff with him. And he says, I get so frustrated interviewing him. And I said, okay, I'm gonna lay out a scenario for you. You ask him a question, and he goes north 100 feet, turns east, goes back down south, comes back over here to the northeast, and then about here you get frustrated because he's not giving you your answer yet. So you remind him of what the answer is, and then you don't get your question answered, right? He goes, yeah. I said, let him talk.
Yes.
I said, Aaron has this path that his thought process takes that's going to take you through this zone and through this maze.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he will always come back and give you that answer that you were looking for, but in point A, C, D, and Z, he's going to give you something that is absolute gold.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he knows in his mind, he knows where he's going, and you just have to take the ride with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Louis called me after the interview and said thanks, because that really helped me. But it just was, you know, the other thing, and he was such a pure heart. You know, after the MLF switch, which, you know, the when you guys all went there, and you're going to have that 2019 Classic, and you know, there's tension. Obviously, it was a tough time in the sport, and some people agreed, didn't agree, whatever it was. But I went over to his boat a few times during media day. He's always had someone standing around him, so I couldn't get to him. At the end of the day, I walked over and I said, "What's up, Aaron?" He goes, "Bro, Dano don't love me no more. Didn't come see me." I said, "I tried, man. You always had people with you." He goes, "I know. It surprised me." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I thought everybody was going to be mad at me." And I said, "You know, I'm sure there's people are upset about this stuff with, but Aaron, it's kind of hard to really be upset with people that are just trying to better themselves." Yeah. And I left that little conversation. I gave him a high five and a bro hug, and I was kind of heartbroken for a minute there, because for someone with as pure a heart as he was, you just you wouldn't want someone like that to feel like people wouldn't like him because he was trying to better his life.
Yeah.
And they're just, I like you said before, I really don't think I ever heard him say a bad word about anybody.
No, Aaron didn't have a bad bone in his body, man. Not a single
No,
one.
he didn't. And I mean, I've had 100 memories flood, you know, just stuff that's, you know, mine, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a guy that wants pictures or autographs or stuff like that with you guys, because I respect so much what you guys have all done, and I want to treat you like professionals, and I want to act like a professional. And my things are those memories.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, I'm sitting here right now. Behind me is you know, this is probably the only autograph I have.
Heck,
and you know what? I bought it.
Thanks, Dano. Some of that went to the Ike Foundation, I'm sure. So thank you.
You were doing a fundraiser for the Ike Foundation.
There you go.
And dude, and at any point in time, I know I could have walked in on you in the bathroom, as I've always done, and, you know, mess around and get videos or whatever that we've always done playfully, because we're all seem to be good at that. But I have these memories that
there it is.
They'll forever, you know, they'll forever be just my little moments of being fortunate and blessed to be around everybody. And Aaron just always made you feel like you were the only person standing there in the room with him.
Yeah, well said.
He did. He definitely had that effect on people, for sure.
That's the best description of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When you were in his company, you felt like that. That felt like that exact thing. Like he was involved with everything that you said. You know.
Yeah.
I did like agitating him though.
What would agitate Aaron?
I
65
well,
pound
I
braid.
could say one thing. I could go, dude, I don't know why you go through all that effort. I just tie a Palomar knot. Oh, Dano. Come on, man.
Yeah. Not conversation would get him for sure.
And oh, bro, come on. Let me show you. Give me your line. And you tie this. He goes, tie your knot. And he would grab it and he'd put 4 inches of line together, and he'd go, see, I can break it. And I'm like, but that's not the physics, Aaron, of what you've got 40 feet of line out there in front of you. There's line stretch. There's the bend of the rod. There's all those things. It's not that big of a deal. There's not that much pressure on the knot. But the one time, bro. Or the other one that I got him going on one day. And there you could get him going on 100 different things, but was he loved that swamp donkey frog. not a sponsored bait, just loved that swamp donkey frog that Reaction Innovations made. And I think they still do. And I just kind of looking at it, I'm a tackle geek myself, none anywhere near what he was. But that angle of those hooks, I just didn't like it. Just my own thing. I know it caught plenty of fish, but he's standing there one day going, dude, I lost 2 big ones today on a frog, bro. And I goes, because you're throwing that swamp donkey. What? Dude, I catch a lot of them. I said, yeah, but you only lose the big ones, and got him going for
yeah. Got his head a little bit. Yeah.
No, he was just gonna prove his point. That was the one thing. That was the only thing that he would get worked up about, was that he had a theory and he was gonna prove it to you. And,
yeah.
And
that's beautiful.
But I don't know, man. I fished a tournament Saturday for a fallen coworker at the boat dealership Bucks Island that I work at part-time and do the marketing at, and I was on the water with this tournament for Jamie Collette, this friend of ours and coworker. And it's funny, as I'd be fishing this tournament and me and my partner would be talking about Jamie, and then all of a sudden my head would turn to Aaron.
Yeah.
I got choked up more times than not during that day. And,
yeah.
I don't know. He just, it's a generation. You guys are all in that generation that it's you got the Bill Dances and the Rolands and the Cluns, and that's a crossover. But there's that generation that's you and Skeet and Aaron and Kevin, and there's some crossovers all there. But and I think about it, we're so fortunate as a quote professional fishing family, and we're all intertwined, but we're so fortunate that we haven't really lost anybody until this.
Yeah.
And that's not the guy we would have ever envisioned that doing, because there's a lot of people that live really hard.
Yeah.
But I guess we're just fortunate, and I'm fortunate that 28 years of my life was being able to look at that guy's light. And anyway.
Yeah. Well, they were, Dano, they were great stories. Man, I thank you for coming on and sharing those, because I think a lot of people have those stories. And people, we said earlier, people that he didn't even physically meet, right? People that just watched him or listened to him or watched a seminar or watched or read about him in a magazine. That light was passed even through that stuff. You know what I mean? So he had a huge impact on the sport. He had a huge impact on people, and that's something you got to celebrate. You know what I mean? And we're here to do that. So, Dano, thank you for coming on.
My pleasure.
And talking about that.
The most important thing is Beck, what you brought up was the Ragners and stuff like that. Is that as much as he gave to all of us behind the scenes, that was the guy that was always there to be there for Leslie, for the kids, and all the stuff that you saw from him and his family, and just a wonderful, wonderful person.
Yeah. Good family guy, good dad.
And Dano, thanks for sharing all that stuff.
For real.
And amazing beard, by the way. I haven't seen you for a long time.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. It's
Well,
pretty long.
It actually kind of needs a trim. And look at that, I'm white. It's 51 years old now, guys. I mean,
wow.
Yeah.
I like the white.
I
like the white. I like it. It looks good.
It's getting old. Look at that. That's what happens when you have 3 daughters.
Yeah. That's true.
I said, and Becky's over there going, no, I'm not going white. I'm not going to turn gray on me.
She hates my beard. She makes me cut it.
Good.
Speaking of beards, there's another fundraiser that you did, Mike, and I get this text one night.
Yeah.
I don't know, 10:30 at night from a guy that goes, I just bought Ike's beard. Is that weird?
I think he has it in his wine cellar now.
I think he does too. Yeah, he might use it to broom off the bottle.
Probably he uses it
hangs from his rearview mirror on his yellow
hangs from his rearview mirror on his yellow Lamborghini.
That's right.
And then he brings it in his wine cellar and brooms off his $30,000 bottle of wine.
It's a turkey beard.
That's good.
But anyway, you guys, hey. Thank you for having this
Thanks
time
for coming
to
on,
talk about
Dan.
Aaron. And
it's great seeing you. We love you, man.
We will see you in Gadsden, Alabama.
Yeah,
you will.
January.
We will see you there.
Yes. I get to take Mike to Rock and Roll Sushi again. Can I give the last time he was here? Can I give one more story?
Yep.
I was irresponsible that night.
Oh no.
Mike says, "Hey, come on, where do you want to go to dinner?" And I said, "Oh, well, there's this great sushi place. It's open till 9."
It was good.
And he goes, "I for Gadsden, it's great. I mean, I really like it. The lady's really nice that owns it." And Mike goes, "I'm buying sake for the table," and I love warm sake.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a sip of it. We hadn't eaten yet. Christina has a beverage. Her car's sitting right outside, and I have another thing. And I looked at Christina and I said, "You might want to call the girls." So I ended up having to call my teenage daughters to come pick us up because I had
Yes.
I texted my mother-in-law and said, "Am I irresponsible? I had to call my daughters."
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm looking forward to doing that soon.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm looking forward to
All right,
more.
guys.
I'm looking forward to more sushi and sake with you, Dano.
Anytime, dude. But I look forward to being here. I know you got you and my other brother Ish that are going to be here, and we're really looking forward to that. So
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good week.
it is. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. And
Thank you, Dan.
whatever your decision is, as a family, we love you guys, and we're rooting for you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Dan.
Dano
Thank
Sullivan,
you, Dano.
everybody.
Dano.
Yes. Man, there were some good stories. I did want to show you, Bri. I want to show everybody real quick. I don't know if we can have Zoom anymore, but that is when Aaron was with us and he signed this hat, and it sat on the shelf. We had it downstairs in the old studio. We have it in the new studio. Aaron Martens, BASSAOY, 3 times, 05, 13, and 15.
Wow.
It's pretty incredible.
Yep.
Incredible feat.
I love that he put 3 times.
3 times. He wrote 3 times, just in case you knew. You didn't know that there were 3 separate years.
As if to talk to the guys that only have 2.
Right. I only have 2. There's like
3
Swindle.
times.
Yeah, that lousy Swindle only has 2.
Substandard.
Yeah, substandard. Aaron has 3. What a great piece of memorabilia, and that will never leave the studio, Brian the Carpenter. It feels good. Like when I started this, I was like, I honestly was borderline didn't want to talk about it because you get so choked up and emotional, right? You're like you almost don't want to talk about it. But when you start to talk about the stories and celebrate and think about how impactful he was to people, it's worth talking about. And I hope people keep talking. I hope people remember and just keep spreading the word of how good Aaron was as a person, more than anything, you know.
Yeah.
And real quick, Brian the Carpenter, we're going to do a little shot here before we go. I want to do a toast.
Yep.
Let's do a toast,
Yep.
and we're going to take a little break. Before I do that, I just want to step up right now. I know we've got a lot of people watching. Brian the Carpenter gave me numbers. I know we have a lot of people from the tournament leagues watching tonight. I know we have a lot of other pros watching tonight. I know we have a lot of aspiring professionals watching tonight that are going to fish the Opens. I want to challenge everyone right now. This is the time of the year to do it. I want to challenge you.
No Nut November?
No.
Oh.
I want to challenge you to do this now, because this is the time when you're doing it. In 2022, put something on your jersey or on your wrap that is a memorial for Aaron.
Yeah.
I want to challenge you to do that right now. And, in fact, Beck, we'll get a little thing going. We'll get an email going to all the pros and all the leagues. And maybe we can get I know they do it in hockey. Bri, they do a stripe. Maybe we do a purple stripe or something.
Yeah.
To celebrate Aaron, right? To celebrate Aaron in 22. So I challenge everybody to think about that. We'll come up with specifics for that. But let's do a toast while we're here. And this is we're doing a little tin cup here. And this is to Aaron, again, celebrating his life. And we love you, Aaron. Always will love you.
Always.
Thank you for everything you've done for everybody. Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Amen.
Cheers. Cheers, Aaron. That was good. All right, Brian, let's do this. Let's change the vibe of this. We're going to take a little bit of break. Listen, if you're watching, this is a brand new Ike Live show. That was a great segment talking about Aaron. We love Aaron. When we come back, Brian the Carpenter, we're going to get Matt on the phone. We're going to talk a little bit about the new Aftco Ike-approved apparel.
Yep.
And then right after that, in that same segment, we are going to make the announcement. Beck, are you ready to make this announcement?
The announcement of the announcement.
What are you going to be announcing?
We're going to make the announcement of what we're going to do in 2022. Hang in there with us. When we come back, more Ike Live.
You know, right now where we're standing, we're in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is right there. This is the concrete jungle. And, you know, a lot of those kids, as they grow up, they don't fish. It's interesting because they're surrounded by water, you know, the Delaware River, the Schuylkill, ponds, city park lakes, but they don't have the influence to cast, to fish, to have a rod and reel. And that became our focus, you know, is to target kids in what we call non-traditional areas, you know, urban areas, city centers, where the population's high, and let these kids have an experience. You know, it's amazing. I mean, some of the experiences we've had, whether it's Central Park in New York City, here in Camden, other parts of the country, even just casting.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable to see it, isn't it?
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
And you know, you see these kids have this experience they've never had, and they light up, you know? The big thing, I think, for the Ike Foundation is we're not saying we want all these kids to become professional anglers.
No.
It'd be great if some of them did, but we want them to have that fishing experience because it ties them to so many other positive things. The outdoors, nature, conservation. Ecology, you know, all these amazing things in life that maybe they wouldn't have been exposed to any other way. We're trying to help with that. So it's important. It's important for us.
Yeah.
We're proud of it.
TH Marine has been producing top-of-the-line marine accessories to rig boats from transom to trolling motor for decades. From jack plates to fish care to LEDs, TH Marine has you covered. TH Marine, outfitting your boat from transom to trolling motor.
At Founders Brewing, we asked ourselves, what if we brewed a beer perfect for any occasion? A beer that makes a weekday feel more like the weekend, and the weekend feel more like an adventure. What if we brewed a beer that brought us together and allowed us to be ourselves? A beer that is just as much of a companion as it is a reward at the end of the journey. What if we explored the unknown together and found a new way to celebrate taste and flavor and life's simple pleasures? And what if we brewed a beer that could go where you go without slowing you down? Founders All Day IPA, low ABV and full flavor that goes where you go. Perfect for any occasion.
We're excited to announce our brand new partnership with an amazing company, Heshi Socks. That's spelt Heshi Socks. Go to heshysocks.com to check out my brand new Mike Iaconelli collection. That's right, I have my own custom socks in tournament colors. I promise you, you will never, I mean never, find a more comfortable sock. The great news, all my socks are under $10 a pair when you use our promo code IKE20. Go to heshysocks.com, use the promo code IKE20 to get the most comfortable socks in the world.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful Monday night. I know we are. You're watching a brand new Ike Live show. We just had a wonderful A-Mart tribute, and what an impact he's had on people's lives, Pete.
In spite of the fact that he hated the drop shot.
He hated the drop shot. Yeah, right.
People don't know that.
People don't know
Did
that.
he really?
He hated
Oh,
it.
I didn't know that.
He did not like it.
All that money he won on the drop shot, he didn't
'cause
like it.
He was forced into it.
Wow.
He did it when he had to.
He considered himself a flipper more.
He was a power fisherman. He loved to power fish.
I can relate to that.
He did the drop shot because it got him wins and it won him money, and he did what he had
I
to
can
do.
relate to that.
Didn't like fishing it.
I can relate to that.
Crazy.
We did a little outfit change here in the break, and it swapped to a brand new
He
Ike
said
approved.
we, but it was
we.
me.
It was me. It was actually me that did the outfit change, and swapped a new little T-shirt with a Ike approved long sleeve underneath. That's right. I'm layering. I'll say it, layering. I know how to use that word. Let me remind you, if you're watching tonight and you're over on Facebook, do me a favor, like and share the feed. If you do that, Jake's going to randomly pick one of you guys to win this 20-plus pound bag of the Ike Live gift bag. It's world famous.
Maybe you should
Dude,
dump
sponsor
out
product. I don't want to dump it out because there's so much stuff.
It says right here on the notes.
It does.
Does it?
Dump out
Well,
what's
what
in
is
the
it?
bag.
I don't want to dump it out.
Janet's
That's Miss Janet.
I don't want to dump it out because there's so much. I see.
got you, Janet.
I'm looking at it. I see Mayhem. I see MTV. I see. I actually see Tin Cup. Just the cup, not the actual tin cup. So we can't ship liquor.
Not legal.
But listen, like and share the feed. You're going to have a chance to win this. Also, we're going to be giving away some of this new Ike-approved apparel.
Yeah, we're gonna
throughout the night. We're going to give some of this
There's
away.
a lot of guys on YouTube too, and we're gonna pick some of them.
We're going to
guys.
pick some. This is
That's
some
right.
dope stuff. We got a flat bill. Well, of course, we got the trucker. We got a cool beanie. We're going to give some of this stuff away.
It was supposed to go to Rich, but we're gonna give it away.
Yeah, it's supposed to go to Rich, but
He's not here anymore.
yeah, he's not here. Let's not worry
Just
about Rich.
like Eric's gone,
Yeah.
Rich is gone.
Yeah. And we love those.
I'm kidding.
We do love those
Oh,
guys.
goodness
We love
gracious.
those guys. We love those guys. We love those guys. We're not
Nobody
talking
can
bad
joke
about them.
anymore. Rich is at home crying, like he's balled up crying.
Pete,
He's in the basement punching the puncher bag.
Pete, real quick before we go on, let everybody know again about the Bass U. We got a Black Bass Friday special.
We got a Black Bass Friday special.
Okay.
If you want this as a gift, this is ask for it from your significant other. It's a great gift. If you want to give it to somebody that wants to learn and advance their bass fishing, give them a gift of learning. BassU.tv. It's $50 off for an annual subscription. It's an amazing deal. It's $99 for the year, and and tons of Aaron Martens content.
A lot of Aaron content on there. A
about-
lot of Aaron content. Yeah.
Teaching about what he was just amazing at. It's all available over there. And if you are in the Gadsden, Alabama, or Anderson, South Carolina areas, go over to thebassuniversity.com and get yourself some tickets, because we're going to be live in the classroom in the second and third weeks of January. You can see the dates up there. I can't remember them just now, but it's going to be in January. So go check it out and come see us live. At the class.
It's a great time to learn too. It's a lot of times in like December, January, February, it's cold. You're not fishing yet. What a great time to learn, right? Online in the class. What a great time to better your knowledge.
And just be around other anglers that are like you.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys that come to our classes, they build lifelong fishing partners of people that they meet at Bass University classes. So it's fun. You get to hang out, get autographs, take pictures, do all kinds of cool stuff like that at the Bass U. So come by and see us.
That's true.
Dano will be there with his beard, I hope.
Dano will. Hopefully that beard will be even longer. Brian DeCarpenter, I did want to mention this. We're about to get Matt on the line here in a second. But he's here. Okay, before we do that, want to remind everybody we're going to be talking about this brand new Ike-approved collaboration that we did with Afco back. The clothing's amazing. It's available right now. Like right now. Like normally when you announce something,
This is like home shopping.
Yeah, no, I like
This
this.
is amazing.
I like this, Pete, because normally when you break the news on something, you got to wait. Right? Like you got to wait.
Like it's iCast.
It's
and
iCast.
Like,
you're like
in 2 years,
yeah, like
you're gonna get
yeah,
it.
wait 2 years and the shipping containers freaking piling up. You can't get the shit.
I still haven't
blah,
got
blah,
my
blah.
spider.
Right. But this is available. Still get the spider?
Still haven't got my
That's
spider.
crazy. This is available. Well, you could get this right now. You got an Ike hat on your head already. This is available right now. This whole capsule, this whole Ike capsule is available on MikeIaconelli.com. You could also go to TackleWarehouse.com. Check it out. It's available for purchase right now. Can't wait for you to see the entire
If you head
lineup.
to our website and you find any of the stuff you like on there, when you click on it, it'll link you through to Tackle Warehouse. So
it'll go to tackle.
do that, because
right.
then you don't have to search around. Just head to
Yeah.
our website. But listen, while you're there, before I forget this.
Yes.
The ghillie is also finally available
It
at Tackle
is.
Warehouse.
It is.
So you should probably put
Brian said
all of it.
because he wants to buy them all.
Get a little bit of clothing, a couple
little bit of ghillie, a little bit of clothing, a little bit of ghillie.
Put them in car.
Yeah,
that thing is legit.
It's legit.
It's so legit.
Absolutely the real deal.
I got bites swimming it in open water, free swimming it in open water.
It's
cold water.
They want to kill that thing.
Oh my goodness!
For a soft swim bait, it's pretty unique. Real quick too, before we get Matt on, I am doing. Listen to this. If you're watching right now, a Tackle Warehouse takeover, Pete, on Thursday. A TW takeover on Thursday. What does that mean exactly? Like
You're
I'm
taking over their social media.
I'm taking over Tackle Warehouse's social media on Thursday.
They're not actually letting him run wild.
And they're not letting me run wild. I'm just taking over their social media.
Not letting you into the warehouse?
No.
Not letting me into the warehouse. No. But you're going to get to see the brand new Ike-approved Aftco clothing in real life. You're going to get to see it in the elements. You're also going to get to see the ghillie. You'll get to see a lot of cool stuff. So we're going to do a little bit of live. We're going to do some photos, some videos. It's going to be a great day. So that's this Thursday, November 11th, Tackle Warehouse Takeover coming up. So that's good. All right, let's get to it, Brian.
Yes.
We've got a really good guy on the line right now, good friend of mine working over at Afco. Also know Matt's dad. Joining us right now from Afco, Matt Florentino joining us. Matt, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
How you doing?
Becky, Mike, doing good.
Good to see you.
You're hanging tight. They're actually trying to turn the lights off on me at the moment, but don't kill the lights. Yeah, so for us, typically we're out of here, but sitting tight with you guys tonight.
That's awesome. All right, first things first, you're West Coast. What time is it there? I always get mixed up with time differences. What time is it on the West Coast?
No, I hear you, man. I was just in the East Coast myself, and then the whole daylight savings screwed me too. So it's 6:28 at the moment.
6:28. Okay, so it's a little after dinner time.
Staying late
All right.
at the office.
Staying late. Yeah.
That's good. Matt, I first of all, I want to say this is what an amazing opportunity this was to work with you guys on designing this line. And Becky and I, this isn't something that just like happened. This wasn't like an afterthought. We worked really hard. You know how hard we worked on this fall launch and then a spring launch coming. But go back before we get into this Ike line. I want to go back a little. Talk about Afco, because Pete and I, in the beginning of the show, we were talking about a lot of companies in the fishing industry, they don't give back. I am so stoked that Afco gives back in everything they do. Give us a little history. For people watching and listening right now that don't know Afco, give us a little history on Afco.
Yeah, 100%. So Afco's been around. We're no new kid on the block. We've been around since 1958. Founded in Newport Beach, California. Our roots were with big game offshore tackle. Yeah. For a long time, that was really the focal point for Afco was made in USA, roller guides, gaffs, big unibutts, things of that nature, with guys chasing big billfish, big tuna. That's really the roots of Afco. Still today, we have a machine shop here in Santa Ana, California, where our guides, roller guides, our gaffs, our gaff hooks, a number of parts and pieces are still machined here right in Southern California, made in USA. So that really is still, like the core of who we are.
Yeah.
But in 1973, when the Shed family took on Afco, Milt Shed, one of the founders of Afco, one thing he made sure early on was we gave back to the resource. So since 1973, we've been giving 10% of our profits towards different marine conservation, things, and also angler access. Yeah. So it's a big part of who we are. It's something really, we've expanded more or less all those programs once we got into freshwater. I think 2018 or so was when we really got active in getting into the freshwater bass market specifically.
Yeah.
And, along with the product development, the hydronauts, the reapers, all those things that, folks know of us for now. One big thing and one big focus with that launch and us getting into freshwater was giving back on that side as well. So, we've worked really close with, say Gene Gilliland for bass conservation. We're working with all sorts of different entities all across the U.S. We have our Bass Bus release boat we make available to different trails if they may not have resources, to distribute fish throughout the lakes. We have a bank bag program where we encourage collegiate anglers or other bass clubs to help clean up the shores in lakes and waterways that, they may have an event on to help, leave it better than we found it. And we have other things coming down the pipe too. And, that's what we said, like you mentioned earlier, one big important thing with developing the Ike line was we wanted, get back to the Ike Foundation and get kids out fishing. So it's something we're means a lot to us. I'm an angler. Many of us here spend a lot of time in the water, or other folks in the office that may not be fishing and maybe just, kayaking, paddling, even to go on the beach here in Southern California, just trying to make a difference where we can.
Dude, that's so big, Pete. And Pete and I have both been in it for a long time. You don't see that enough with companies in the fishing industry where they have initiative to actually give back. That's amazing to see that you guys did that from day one.
It's totally impressive. We've done it, like in our careers. We've always set aside time to donate to the kids.
It's important.
To give back to the sport.
Yeah.
You and I have been working on that since day one. And it's really impressive that Aftco has been doing that since day one.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine the amount, the total impact that you guys have had over since 1958.
Yeah.
I was a senior in high school back then. That's a long time
That's
ago.
a long time ago. Yeah.
I love it.
Damn, Pete was a senior. Yeah. What were you driving back then? A Thunderbird, Pete? I think it was a T-Bird, wasn't it? God, he didn't have a single gray in his hair.
God.
It was a Model T.
Yeah, Model T.
You got to mark that. That is one of the funniest things that Pete Glusik's ever said.
Yeah, he didn't have a single gray. It was all blonde back then, believe it or not. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, that's a big impact, guys.
But it was really important, for us when we looked at Afco and we saw that for Becky and I. That was important. And when we started talking about this Ike line, it was like a focal point for us that you guys wanted to do that. And, to grow the sport, to further conservation, like those things have to be at your core, right? If you really care about sport fishing, if you care about the sport of fishing, you have to think about those things. So that meant a lot to us that you guys wanted to do that with this line. That was important. But I want to change gears, Matt, and I'm going to call you to the plate on something because I've fished with your dad. I've known you for a long time. I know your style. I know a lot of the employees at Afco. I know their style too, but talk to me a little bit about this new Ike line. And do you feel like Afco has sort of started to come full circle a little bit? You guys mentioned it. You started with big game saltwater fishing. You broke into freshwater fishing. And now we're getting into street fishing, a little bit of a streetwear vibe, an urban vibe. Dude, Becky and I are so proud of this stuff. I cannot tell you how proud of it we are, but have you guys come full circle? Because I know this is your style too, a little bit, Matt.
Yeah, Mike. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a kid from Southern California.
Yeah.
I grew up in LA, more or less, outskirts of LA. So street culture, hip hop, skating, things of that nature. Like that's what I grew up doing. I'm a child of the 80s. I skated a bunch, fished throughout the whole time. Throughout my whole life, I fished. But
yeah,
all these different segues are big parts of who I am, more or less.
Yeah.
Like half my friends in high school, I skated. Half of them became DJs or were b-boys. I was going to the b-boy circles in high school in Carson High and things like that. So that's roots for me. So once this kind of project came along and knowing you, and a lot of the other crew in here too, that's right in our wheelhouse. So the fact we got stuff like, that woodland camo with like the blaze orange hit.
That's one of your favorites, Beck. Admit it.
Yeah,
I know it's one of your favorites.
I stole it immediately.
like those coaches jackets, like believe me, the fact we have another flat bill hat in the line, the whole crew was stoked. So it was right in our wheelhouse, and like once middle COVID, we were going back and forth on Zoom calls and things with Jillian and the design team as far as inspiration goes. The stuff you sent over, I was already familiar with all that. From, pure culture, more or less, street culture, things of that nature. Big sweats, all that, like, that's what I do. And I still am a hip hop head on the side and things like that. So all this stuff was, was really exciting for us to kind of help develop. Knowing your background, your style, it really kind of fit and struck, nice little groove with our team.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. The first thing is, Becky, it was so fun.
It was fun
getting to design this with the folks at Afco, because like me and you we have great ideas. You have a great fashion sense, and it was fun. Like Brian the Carpenter, we got like fabric samples and like material.
Gold May.
Oh yeah, Golden May. Wait till the spring lunch. Golden May.
Everyone secretly loves Golden May.
Golden May is great.
I don't even know what it is.
Golden May is great.
I associate it with Becky.
Don't diss Golden May, but it was fun, and it was it was a great process. It was a long process, but it was a fun process. Yeah. But the thing I want to say is, it does for me feel like everything's coming full circle, because dude, the fishing community is bigger than one segment, right? Matt, would you agree with this? Like, there's offshore saltwater guys, there's inshore saltwater guys, there's southern bass fishermen, there's northern West Coast, there's street fishermen, there's all these different segments of fishing. So to see Aftco embrace this other side of fishing, and this other culture, and this other movement, and maybe a different generation, to see you guys embrace that, dude, thank you, Matt. Thank you to all the guys from Afco, because it shows how universal fishing is, and I appreciate that, dude. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that, and I hope people love it. Like Matt, I know, we shot some amazing photos. We had one of the world's best photographers shoot some of these images and video. But, I was involved in it. But when I saw the finished product, I'm like, people are going to love this. People will love this, because it's great clothing. This is a great segue. Matt, talk a little bit about the technical side of the apparel, too. Because that was the one thing where Becky and I were like, man, we got an idea of what we want. We have a vision. Mm-hmm. But you guys are so good at the technical aspect of clothing. I think people that are watching and listening need to hear a little bit about this with the Aftco clothing. All of it's technical. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, 100%. And really, that's our product development team. That's where all the magic happens ultimately. Yeah. Those guys and gals, actually a lot of gals, they're so talented. They know technical clothing backwards, forwards, what's been done, what are silhouettes of the past, what's kind of coming down the pipe as far as fashion goes. Like, their eyes and ears are all over the place. So having that wealth of knowledge and talent, like you mentioned, we're just getting started. This is just kind of that first little release, and we have some more stuff coming down the pipe. But like all the gear that we make, it's been vetted backwards and forwards, and it's been, like I'm staring at some of our new stuff I can't show you guys yet on this other rack. I literally have iCast next to your stuff looking at me right now, and I'm really excited about that stuff.
Sure you can, Matt. Just turn the camera.
Turn the camera, turn the camera.
But it's really impressive what they're able to kick out. And, at the end of the day too, is wear testing, say waterproof, for example. Believe me, I fished for a long time, and I've used a lot of gear before working here, and being able to put like a stamp of approval on a jacket or a bib that we put out, and knowing, that we've taken that thing through the ringer, and I have the utmost confidence, in recommending a piece to anybody, whether it's they're fishing offshore, whether they're fishing, up north, or whether they're fishing inland waters, whatever it may be. Like, it's, we try to make stuff that works. And it's ultimately very technical, but things are somewhat very simple at the end of the day. Make good stuff that we could stand behind, and stuff that just works for folks.
Yeah, that's the key to it, in my opinion. And I'm spoiled because I've been working with you guys for a few years now, and I love the stuff. But having stuff that's technical and that works and that is good-looking apparel, right? That has
stuff that looks good is key. That's actually the key. If it doesn't look good to wear, you're not going to wear it.
That's the key. And I remember Matt, Becky, and I talking early on when we're talking about this Ike apparel, Bri. This is funny to say this, and I don't want to make this sound bad, but we're we want apparel, fishing apparel, that you could wear to a derb, you could wear fishing or street fishing, and that same day, you could go straight from the water to the bar or out, right?
Or show up to your anniversary dinner late.
Right. Show up to your anniversary dinner, your 18th anniversary
now wait
dinner
a second.
late.
That's pushing it.
Oh, okay.
But we need options.
Right.
Flexibility.
No, but honestly, I remember us sitting in on these early meetings, which were years ago, now that was the thought, right? It was man, we want apparel that you can just wear straight through.
Yeah.
And you guys do that so well. So hats off to you guys. I mean, I think not just in the Ike approved collaboration, but in all of your apparel, you guys do that very well. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
do it very well. Let me remind everybody, if you're watching or listening, this is a brand new Ike Live. We've got Matt Florentino on the phone from Afco. The brand new collaboration between Afco and Ike is available right now. It's the Ike approved line. Beck, what's the easiest way for people listening and watching right now? They see this beautiful new Ike tee that I have on right now, and they want it. They see this beautiful hat that Pete's wearing. How can they get it?
I'm sending everyone to MikeIaconelli.com.
Okay,
just
send them to my
because
site.
I think it's easy because you can see all our different collection pieces there.
Okay.
And it ultimately takes you through to Tackle Warehouse, who's got all your pieces.
Tackle Warehouse has it. Yeah.
Everyone knows they love to throw extra stuff in the car.
Yeah, you got to have pants. You got to have all that
So,
stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course.
Although, Matt, I have to tell you, I am upset because Mike got these really cool new fall fleeces.
Oh,
that are
God, they're awesome.
So,
yes.
the pattern is sick. The fabric is
so soft. Are we allowed to talk about this? Are we allowed to talk about the fall fleeces?
You're good. You're
Oh,
good.
we're good. Okay. All right. Did the fall? By the way, the
Good
fall.
thing we're allowed to because I just did.
The fall fleeces are banging. Yes, they're super awesome.
I want a women's version.
I know.
And the ones that came to you.
I know. They're awesome.
They're amazing.
Yes, they are
Gotta
amazing.
steal them. So smoogly soft that you want to sleep on.
Did you just say smoogly?
Smoogly
Brian,
soft.
Google that. Is that a word?
Smoogle it?
Google that. Jake, is smoogly an actual word?
It's an adjective.
It's an adjective.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's smoogly.
Yeah.
I think everybody
got a
got
blanket like that at home.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very
What is that
smoogly.
stuff?
I don't know, but it's amazing. But
It's
even
kind of stretchy a little bit.
is it a little stretchy? You wore it.
Just say yes.
I don't know. Yeah. But it's awesome.
It is
there's
awesome.
some really
great-
cool
there's some great stuff.
There were some little surprise pieces up in the box
was.
there. It was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I sent some stuff to Janet I knew you guys would probably like. So, but yeah, the fall line dropped somewhat recently, but like everybody else, we've been having some issues getting some product in, but a lot of it has trickled in now right in time for holiday. So a lot of the new fall pieces you mentioned are available now. And I highly suggest folks get on that sooner than later. Because it's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And kind of the same deal with the product team. Even like our hoodies and things. I've worn a lot of hoodies, and I was like, where did you guys find this? This is not being biased, but this stuff's good. It's really light, super warm.
Yeah.
It's super soft.
Yeah.
Very
Smoogly.
Smoogly.
It's like smoogly.
It's very, very smoogly. It's very smooth.
I got a message from our buddy Luke Foley at Tin Cup.
Yes.
Tin Cup. Matt, we ran an incentive where they people won Afco gear in August and September this year. Sales of Tin Cup were up 98% in Indiana because people were trying to win that.
Wow!
Afco gear.
Look at that!
98%.
Wow!
We did a little collabo with Luke and the Tin Cup team at some of their retail locations, activations, and yeah, it's been the Afco gear. The Tin Cup Afco gear has been doing really well for them as well, so that's cool to hear.
Yeah. Here's the thing too. I want to throw this out here real quick, and I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but
that means he's going to throw somebody.
I'm not
going to
throw no, because I won't do it by name. I won't do it by name, but I do want to mention this because it's a great example. last few years I tournament fished over at MLF, and they had some other sponsors. And again, I'm not going to say the name of the apparel company that's sponsored over there, but you saw those guys wearing Afco stuff.
Oh my God! No.
Underneath the stuff. I just thought I'd throw that out there. All right.
He's so honored.
I am honoring.
No, but listen, to Matt's
that's
but
the
listen,
best testimonial you can have.
Yes, you're right. But listen, to
Okay.
Matt's point, though, I have to be honest. I am over halfway done my Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Because things legitimately are not staying in stock.
They are not.
I have had things.
People are shopping hardcore.
Yeah.
Early. So get it.
Because the
Get it.
quantities
Yeah.
are so limited.
Yes,
because
I'd agree with
nothing's
that.
guaranteed. So
Yeah.
if you want to get some Christmas presents,
and
you better get
and
shopping.
you know this black
No, we'll
coach's jacket right here is going to go quick because that John's dope. That's all I got to say about that. All right, Matt. Before we let you go, and and just in case you know, I don't want you to give it away, but any guesses on what the announcement's going to be for me here in just a couple minutes here?
And he said, even if you know,
Even if you
don't
know,
tell.
don't tell. But I don't think you know. I don't think you know. But even if you know, don't tell. Any guesses?
I have a sneaking suspicion that yeah, I'll let you drop that one.
Okay. All right. No guesses.
I was going to say the perfect guess would be that Mike's going to be wearing Aftco.
Afco, right. No matter what happens, right? I'm wearing Afco. Yeah.
Full-time model.
Full-time model coming to work for Afco out there, moving to the West Coast. That could happen. They're all
We do need to
options.
get you out here at some point here, Mike.
Oh, I can't wait.
I just
can't
want to
wait.
hang out with Jillian all day and like play with fabric.
You want to play with fabric? I want to go fishing with Matt and his dad, so we're good.
Good.
It's a perfect
that
combo.
jacket behind Matt is.
That's the jacket,
Oh
right?
my
That's-
goodness!
That's the one.
I
That's
know.
my favorite.
That is the
Yeah.
one. Brian, I know you already claimed one. You large or an extra large? You can get one on the way out. I know you already claimed one.
All right.
All right. We'll
I
have
already,
you try
I
a
already
few
wore
on.
it to soccer
Yeah,
last week.
The arms one an extra large.
Yeah, Beck stole one. Beck stole the small.
I
think.
took the small and I wore it to soccer.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's a great jacket. I love that one. Matt, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you guys for being a company that thinks about the sport and gives back to fishing.
Thank you.
Cannot thank you
Yeah,
enough for
man.
that.
That's huge.
And the other thing is thank you guys for being open to incorporating other forms of this art, which is fishing. So street fishing, urban guys, street fishermen. Thank you guys for embracing that. That means a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome. It's all, at the end of the day, it's all fishing, and that's what brings all of us together, more or less, is it's a sport. So.
Yeah, I agree. Matt Florentino, everybody.
Yeah, thanks,
Yes.
Matt.
Thanks, Matt. Have a good one. Get out of that
You
office.
guys.
Get the hell out of that office.
Yeah, I'm out of here. My wife's already-
I mean, dude, Brian leaves the fucking job site at like 1 o'clock.
Oh.
He goes to get a cheesesteak, and he's like, screw it. I'm leaving these guys banging the nails. I'm going home.
Yeah, you wish.
You know you do. Come on.
I'm working towards that, but I'm
All
not
right,
there.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right, 3 o'clock.
Hey, well, but you know.
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right. whatever.
Paul Elias, the original Neil and Reel shorts,
Yeah.
Afco shorts.
Were they really?
They were.
Well, I didn't know that. Wow.
How about Joe Thomas or Thompson? Which one was cock shorts?
Thomas. Joe Thomas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe
don't
Thomas
know about
reached out to
Thomas.
me the other day.
Okay.
What a cool. Oh yeah, what a cool. It was like I don't know. We had just left for our camping trip, like literally, and Joe Thomas pops up on my messages,
It's like Mike hasn't declared yet. Maybe I can get him for the show.
Well, it's close. So the name Joe Thomas pops up as a message, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even know I had Joe Thomas saved in my phone. I'm like, well, I'm like giddy because Joe Thomas is still iconic for us, Brian.
Because of shorts.
Yeah, because of the shorts and other things. So I pull it up, and it's Joe asking about if I would go fish he still runs the Ultimate Match Fishing.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, would you be interested in fishing the Ultimate Match Fishing this year? Blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, in my mind, I was like, yeah, I would do it. And then he ran some dates, and I just cross-referenced the schedule, and it didn't, work out. So I was like, I texted back, like, thank you. You know, it's good hearing from you. But it was nice hearing from Joe.
Yeah.
And Ultimate Match Fishing is still going strong. That's an old – it's got to be going on 15 years,
Has it been
right?
that long?
Oh, it has to be, dude. I fished against Swindle.
At
one of the
least,
first
because
years,
remember in the
they
old
had
studio we had the big sign.
Oh yeah, I would
Wow.
say 2007ish, 2006. That's 15 years, right? How many years is that?
Yeah.
Close.
We were down
It's not 15
filming
years.
with Wesley Strader down
Yeah.
in Chickamauga.
Yeah.
And they were coming in after us.
Yeah.
And all their gear was getting piled up, and they getting their studio. We just crossed paths. I didn't get to see them.
Yeah.
But I always liked.
Was it like
Joe.
the
It was
scene from
awesome.
Anchorman with the news teams fought in that alley?
It could have been. We were fighting for the same space because I conducted all the interviews right there, and we had to slightly move some of the ultimate match fishing gear to the side. you
Well,
know.
I like Joe a lot. I think
Just a little
Yeah.
bit back. It's no big deal.
But why'd you move it with your foot?
Yeah, you kick that shit. Just tell him. Joe's not watching. You could say it. I like Joe a lot.
I like that guy.
I think
Yeah.
he was.
Miss him.
He was a very iconic figure in fishing because
Yeah.
he was different too.
Oh, he was
from Ohio. He was cut from a different mold.
All-American winner.
All-American champion.
All-American champ. Built
Yeah.
his career off that All-American
Yeah.
championship, and hell of a career.
Hell of a career, and he
Yeah.
did a good job with Sultan match fishing. It's still surviving. I like it. It's a great
Yeah.
premise.
We still got Matt here. I'm terrible at letting people go.
Oh, Matt's still on. Hey, Matt.
Pete will
What's
tell you
up?
I'm the worst at it.
It's a theme.
Yeah, this is a theme.
It's a theme with Brian.
Yeah.
You have to say goodbye 3 times.
Yeah, we've had Jimmy Houston on where he listened in for like 30 minutes, and all of a sudden in the background we heard like a and we're like, what the hell was that? We're like, is that a ghost? It was Jimmy Houston's dog in the background.
Yeah, and then that giggle.
And the giggle.
We
and then
got
he
to
started
pull
laughing.
that piece. That
That's a
We
great
went on a
piece,
date
yeah.
with Ish. Ish didn't hang up either.
Oh, that's
Remember also
right.
We were on his date.
Yeah, Ish didn't hang up. He kept us on, and before we knew it, he was on a Tinder date with some girl, and we were like, "Whoa!" Ish is
I
on
think
a
it was an
Tinder date.
Uber.
Was it he in an Uber?
I think so.
Wow, that's crazy.
This story just.
Well, I know it was a Tinder date, but I didn't know it was an Uber. So now it was a Tinder
Dude,
date.
we're
in
never
an Uber.
we're never going to get this announcement.
I'm still not sure why Ish is friends with us.
No, Ish loves us. We love Ish. We are going to get to the announcement, Brian the Carpenter, and I want to do that.
Okay, bye, Matt. Thank you.
Yes, bye,
we won't
Matt.
torture
Officially.
you anymore.
Officially, by this time.
Brian's not going to let
guys.
him go.
No, Brian's going to keep him on. How do you want to work this? Because I'm ready to do it right now. I would like to do it now. Do you want to do it now? Or you want to take one last little break? I think we take one last
We're
break.
going to hit the commercial break.
All
We'll
right,
come back.
let's do that. All right,
Bing,
so
bang,
listen.
boom.
If you're watching right now, I know what you're thinking. You're not going to make this announcement.
If you're not watching, you're not hearing this.
If you're not watching, you're not hearing it at all. So we are 100%
They could be
back.
listening.
We are making an announcement.
We'll tell you something
Hey,
here in a few
we're going to
minutes.
tell you, and we're going to.
Oh, it's big.
And I do want to say this too, Pete.
Very excited.
We are actually going to, Becky and I are going to flush out like why we made this decision. This wasn't some random flip of the coin. This honestly was a tough decision. This was like something we thought about for a really
Do we
long
get to
time.
guess?
We'll let some guys guess. We'll let you guess before the show.
I gotta guess.
Before we make the announcement.
All
But it was a thought out process, and we feel good about it. But we want to make the announcement. We're going to make it.
Do we feel good about it?
We feel good about it. We feel really good about it. And
Who's we? Can we
Yeah.
define we?
Becky and I.
Oh, Becky.
Becky and I, who represents the family unit and the business unit and just
Okay.
other rings outside of that.
I was just reading.
He told
something
me
in Becky's
today,
eyes.
you know, you're the heavy.
You're the heavy. Yeah, Beck's the heavy.
Oh, for sure.
Like when there's good things, I get to talk about, and when there's bad things, I
Yep.
parlay it to her.
I have to talk about those.
You have to talk about the bad stuff.
I got to say, I'm a little suspicious.
You are?
Yeah.
That it's not going to happen?
Well,
no,
I
it's going to
thought-
happen.
I thought at the beginning of the show,
yeah.
you announced that it was going to be announced in the
No.
second segment.
Right, I did, but
I
we
know,
got.
but he made the commercial call.
Yeah,
I saw
and,
Brian
and in
say we have
all
to do a
reality,
commercial.
let me
5 minutes. We'll
Red
be right
flag.
back.
Red flag's going
No,
on.
no. In
They're
all
from
reality,
Brian. I don't know what Brian
no.
said.
In all reality, let me say this: the Aaron celebration ran long, but I'm happy it did.
Oh, it was
I
so
feel
awesome,
I have
man.
no regret about that,
No,
and
it's fantastic.
it was well worth it. And Brian, let's take a break.
Yep.
Listen, if you're watching right now, it's a brand new Ike Live. When we come back, the big announcement's going to happen. Jake, we're going to have the lines open. We're going to be taking questions, comments. Hang in there.
Sick.
Hang in there with us because this is big. When we come back, third segment, the big announcement and mystery guest MTV
Unboxing.
Unboxing.
Big mystery guest.
Big mystery guest, MTV
Huge.
Unboxing, third segment. Hang in there. When we come back, more Ike Live.
Most likely.
4.5-inch drop shot worm. Bama bug. Finesse jig, PB&J. Give me something hard. Hey, KVD here. Now, I didn't always know this much about fishing. 4-aught EWG worm hook. In fact, there was a time when I couldn't tell the difference between a jerkbait and a stickbait. But then I signed up for Mystery Tackle Box, the original monthly tackle subscription. And now I know more about fishing than I do about calculus.
And he knows a lot about calculus.
Plus, I get amazing extras like free fishing magazines. October 2016. Featured article, 4 places to throw a frog. Exclusive decals. Zombie bass. And how-to videos for all the great baits I receive. How to tune a crankbait. Is that underwater footage I smell?
I got goosebumps.
So if you're looking to develop enhanced fishing abilities like me, or you just like getting new tackle every month, go to mysterytacklebox.com and get your box today. Ooh, live minnows. Is it lunchtime already? Nature's candy.
Look at this stuff. That's one of the keys, this scent right here, right? It's not liquid. It's almost like a paste. And when you put that on that hard bait, this is on a Rapala X-Wrap, it just sort of coats it. And I love it because it stays on there. You know, I've used scents in the past where you put that scent on, 2 or 3 casts later, it's gone. You don't have it on there. This lasts 20, 30, 40 casts. Dude, the thing I love about this stuff, watch, I want you to watch this as Brian puts this on. Look at the material, right? You've got, we're using shad today, so it's got natural bits of shad in there. It's got enzymes, aminos.
It's that sticky icky.
It's that sticky.
You know, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, no jig, nothing. Just Liquid Mayhem on a bare hook. Liquid Mayhem.
The bottle of Liquid Mayhem.
You know?
You take pride in your boat, so it deserves the best protection possible. Our durable woven fabric prevents ripping and provides UV protection, and our tape seams provide protection against the elements. The heavy-duty shock cord hem and strap and buckle system provide a tight and secure fit. Our top-of-the-line boat covers come with a ventilation system to keep your boat free from mold buildup. Empire Covers, protecting what you love.
This is your tackle. Not that kind of tackle. You use it to catch this, or this, or this. You also use this and that and these. This is your environment. So is this. You love it, live for it, but it will turn this into that. This is the Flambeau Z-Rust Max Tough-Tainer Series. These are fully infused with exclusive Z-Rust VCI anti-corrosion technology. This is a U.S. naval battleship. The same Z-Rust technology used here has been used on those to protect advanced weapon systems from corrosion in conditions like these. For the fish, it's invisible, odorless, tasteless. And for you, it's FDA-safe anti-rust protection for a minimum of 5 years. This is the next level of tackle management. Not that kind of management. This is the Flambeau legacy of tackle systems. What's your tackle worth?
It's more than who you are. It's who you're with. And it's more than what you do. It's where you do it. Tin Cup Mountain Whiskey.
And action.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new Ike Live. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Pete, what are some of the other things people could be doing on Monday? Could be watching football. They could be sleeping. Boo. They could be sleeping. What else could they be doing?
They could be watching the Secession show on HBO.
What? Secession?
Oh, it's the
you
greatest.
like that? Really?
It's the greatest show.
Beck's looking for a new series.
3 seasons are available. Well, 2.5 right now.
I'm not.
Secession. There you go. It's a new series for
Yeah, but
you.
everyone keeps giving me shows. I
All
can't
right,
even
well,
get through
it's
the
I
website.
trust Pete's.
It's a big show.
Suggestion now.
Big
No,
show.
I like that
I
suggestion.
think you would
Well-
like it.
well, Peter,
It's
what
a
is it about?
It's a power struggle between the, this,
Time period. Give me a time period.
It's current. It's
Ooh.
right now. He's a mogul. multi-billion-dollar business,
Boom,
but he's
strike
got to
two.
leave it to one of the kids.
And
and
screw
they're
all of them.
fighting and it's all just manipulation like Brian the Carpenter does.
I work for my money. Screw them spoiled-ass kids.
Twisting and knives and
sensitive.
very crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy good show.
Wow.
Good. And if they didn't get to see it on last night's release, they're probably watching it right now. If they're not watching this, which I can't imagine.
What's it on, the E channel?
HBO.
Sounds like E channel.
All right.
PBS.
Is it called E-Channel?
The E channel.
E.
It's like an
That's- isn't
e-cigarette.
that the
That's what they
channel
used,
with the
that's what they used
horrible
to call
shows?
it back in 1958.
Bravo?
They used to call it that.
I don't know. I got rid of cable years ago, like a grown up.
All right. All right. Brian doesn't do cable.
I throw the stones. My name's
All right.
Brian. I'm throwing them.
Well, listen, no matter what you're doing on this wonderful Monday, we're so glad you're here right now if you're watching and listening. Want to remind you, if you're over on Facebook, this is your last opportunity. You got a little bit, about 20, 30, 40 minutes, whatever, to like and share the feed. If you do that right now over on Facebook, you're going to be entered into a chance to win this gift bag, and it's loaded with sponsored products.
I suspect that Janet put that bowl there.
Yeah. She might have. Why should you put that
to
there?
empty the bag.
I'm not emptying it. I don't care. I'm not emptying it. Miss Janet, I'm sorry. I'm not emptying the bag. This is a great bowl, though. Look at this thing. You see this? Brian the Carpenter, take one guess where this bowl came from. And by the way, this is paper mache. This is a paper mache bowl.
It
It's
really
paper
is.
mache.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Where does bowl come from?
Where'd it come from?
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody bought it offline.
Uncle Don got it at a flea market.
Oh, did he really?
Yes, he did.
So
Look
it's
at that.
legit?
It's legit.
Fishing tackle.
Yeah. It's cool.
Wow.
Uncle
it's
Don.
It's not
dude,
stolen valor bought offline?
No. Uncle Don, between Becky and Uncle Don, they have single-handedly decorated this space, which I
with
love.
birds none of us shot.
Birds, none of a shot, and Evan Rude from the '60s that Pete ran. I mean, like,
well, that might have happened.
We
Yeah.
do. We do
Stop
have a
nitpicking.
pig that was
I
officially.
shot that.
That pig.
I shot
Pecky.
that one.
That
Pecky
pig
did
deserves to be here.
Becky did shoot that pig. That's true. Pecky did shoot
Shout
that pig.
shout out to Tin Cup and Founders.
Oh, the announcement's going to get good
All right.
now.
All right. So, Brian the Carpenter, let's get right into it. This
Okay.
has been a great show so far. If you've been watching, thank you for watching and listening to this. We had a great.
Wait.
Yeah.
Here's a contest. Here's your first chance to win some Afco clothes.
Oh. Ooh.
If you can guess on the IM board how long it's going to take Mike to explain
That's a good one.
It is.
how
All
we
right.
came to the conclusion
Yeah.
and get to the conclusion, you win the Afco
All right.
clothes.
All right. That's
Hands
a good
down.
one. All right. Start the timer.
Timer starts.
Start the timer.
27 minutes and 3 seconds.
Oh, it's not
That's
going
it?
to be that long. It's not. I won't kill people. I know in my heart and soul, somewhere
Here it goes.
down in my heart.
Pull that clip.
No,
It's at
I
least
still-
over 20 minutes.
No. Listen, I know that people are watching and listening, and some of them are wanting to already be gone, but they're waiting. I know that. That's okay. So we
Thousands of
won't.
people.
No,
He
we
knows
won't
it,
kill you.
but he
We won't
doesn't
kill you.
really care.
No, I do care. We won't kill you. Start the timer, Jake. And what I wanted to say. Now I forget what the hell was I going to say.
We're already 5 minutes in.
We're going to get right to it. We are going to get right to it. We're going to get right to it.
But by the way, I started watching Yellowstone. That's legit.
Dude, that is legit.
You're changing
That's
the
another one.
algorithm.
I'm on episode 8.
You're
Season
changing
1.
the algorithm of what's the time. That,
Just saying.
Did you watch Letterkenny at all?
What is it?
Letterkenny? You
Let me,
started it.
real quick, too.
Mike wants everyone to see his latest outfit change. Here he is as a supermodel. He's posing. Blue steel, yes.
Is that weather
Did
resistant?
you see the swirl, the twirl?
New outfit change.
Is that a raincoat?
This is a coach's jacket. So,
Slicker.
dude, here's the great thing. If you're watching
it's
right
like a
now.
water resistant.
Yeah,
but not
so, dude,
waterproof.
listen to this. Brian Carpenter, Pete, back me up on this. Please help me. There are times, dude, you know the big giant raincoats that are awesome. Afco's got one. Every company's got.
I wore it all night.
Dude, you got the bibs.
Just in case.
You got the big giant bibs. You got the big giant raincoat. Dude, when it's all out torrential, I get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the days when you want something to keep the stuff off of you, but it's not like extra like bulky, that's Coach's jacket. That's the time.
It's a great windbreaker.
It's a great windbreaker. It's the water beads off of it. Dude, I mean, look at this. You could literally wear this to the bar after you fish. Like, it's perfect jacket. I love it. And once again, Beck, it's available. People are watching. They want to sample some of this for the holidays. They want to get this as a Christmas present. They can go to
Mike Iaconelli.
MikeIaconelli.com, Tackle Warehouse, Ike approved. Afco line. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to this. So
you've been doing this since I've known you. I met you in what, sixth grade?
Sixth grade.
And since I've known you, you've been putting your name, graffiti, Ike, on everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
All around town.
Including the time I got busted for it.
Yeah.
In like 7th grade.
Yeah.
Which
is
it's
that
still
7th grade?
7th grade. So back then in 7th grade, Pete, so there was graffiti. We were doing graffiti with actual Krylon spray paint. But the easy thing that we would do was we would do tags. We do a lot of tags.
He said we. He means him.
What's a tag?
So tag.
100%.
He wheezes everything.
A tag is a smaller, like a burner. When you're using actual spray paint, is a big, beautiful art piece, graffiti piece, big.
That's burner.
Burner. So like mural, like big canvas, like bridge abutment, bridge.
And you would expect
base,
to go to jail
train.
for a burner.
Burner is a long piece, big piece with spray paint. But
Lots
a tag you could do very easily with a marker. And
Like a mag.
we used a Mag 44 by Sharpie, which is a Magnum 44, which had a giant tip on it. And we would do stop signs, we would do stuff that you could tag real quick. And so early on, I was a big advocate of tagging stuff.
Putting your name on everything.
Put my name on everything.
And here we are, 30 years later.
I mean, I was Ike. I was Ike from the 2nd grade, so I was Ike back then. So I had a tag style, and I would do the Ike, and usually like a tagline or the copyright. Like I had these cool little things I would do.
What was your tagline?
I can't remember back then because it was a breakdance tagline. It wasn't Never Give Up back then, but it was like a tag. It was like a. I can't remember. What? It wasn't Never Give Up way back then. It was something.
You had a tagline back then?
Oh yeah, I had a tagline.
It was like Suck It.
It might have been Suck It.
No,
I
it
don't
was just
remember
a
what
mushroom
it was.
tip.
Nah, it was Ike, and sometimes I would do the whatever.
All right, carry on.
So we did tagging with the marker. And
pardon me for a second.
Yeah.
Jake, how much time?
We're already about 5 minutes.
Say, you guys are breaking the algorithm, making me tell the story. So I'm gonna go through it real quick. Yeah, he started it. He started it right there. So anyway, to make a long story short,
I got the over.
all right. Anyway, to make a long story short, I eventually got busted for doing some tagging. So we'll end it there.
Busted.
All right.
Describe busted.
And now he's getting paid to
go to jail.
See, he's trying to break the algorithm.
I had a conversation with our son today because
was he graffitiing?
No, because I am going to be coaching one of the coaches of Stella's indoor field
Miss Rebecca's
going to
coach.
Wow.
Indoor
this
field
winter,
hockey?
This winter,
Yeah.
yes. Super excited about this because I'm a little intense, so I'll try to make sure no one cries. But
get back on defense.
9-year-old girls crying.
So I was asking them, or Vegas asked, what's my coach's name going to be?
Yeah, you
what
have
are
to
they
have a
going to
coach's
call
name.
me? Like, am I Mrs. Iaconelli? That's like too much.
Miss Beck?
Like,
Becky?
So I said I should be Coach Ike. Like, Mike doesn't own Ike. We are the Iaconellis. Like, why can't I be Coach Ike?
Yeah, and there's Ike and Tina, and there's Eisenhower. It was an Ike. Nobody owns Ike.
Like,
There's
does
a
he
lot of
own
Ikes.
it? Or do I, like...
You're Beck, though.
So I'm just Coach Beck? Coach Beck?
Miss Beck.
Miss Ike?
It terrifies me.
Long legs.
All
Very
right. So,
intimidating.
anyways, we've had a really extensive conversations about what Mike should do in 2022.
All right, we're bringing it full circle. Yeah, so, and I did mention...
After I'm done my coaching.
Right.
Like, this is secondary to my coaching.
Right. I did mention it earlier, and this... let's break into serious mode now.
All right.
Pete, this wasn't something like, like we were going to flip a coin, right? This wasn't like as easy as saying, da 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 da. This was very thought out, and I think from the moment that I qualified for both tours, which was about not quite 2 months ago, about a month and a little bit over a month ago.
Which 2 tours?
Okay, so I ended up qualifying for the Bassmaster Elites,
right,
through the Northern Opens, and then the Major League Fishing Big 5. Through Brian, don't you do it? I saw that. Don't you do that? And through the Big 5 through the Toyota Series.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's all the other stuff. And I want to make sure people understand that, right? So the other stuff would be family, business, a combination of that, which is
no fishing, just business,
no fishing, business and family, right?
Yep.
And so from a family standpoint, Pete, back me up on this because I know you know this better than anybody.
It's important
to me. Dude, you're a dad. You're a husband, right? You're
wrestling coach.
You're a coach. You're an instructor at BU. There's like other things.
Fishing guide.
Besides hardcore tour fishing.
Mr. Shoving stuff
right?
on the internet late at night.
Yeah. So these are all things that Becky and I put on the table, right? So it was like,
you have 2 major tournament trails. You have your TV show.
Which is very, very important to us.
And
very important.
You combine that with your businesses.
The businesses.
And your family. So that's the 3.
They're the things that
you're deciding between.
Well, they're the things that were in the mix, I would say, like the main things that were in the mix, right? And in order, I would say it was family first, business second, and then sponsors and fans next. Like maybe not in that order, but that's how we laid them out.
And I know everyone who is a tournament angler or who's in the industry that's watching the show understands the business element to it. But for those folks that, are more fans of the sport that are watching, the business side of it is at a minimum 40 hours a week. When you have everything that your sponsors need, when you've got to maintain that social media, when you've got to create multiple YouTube channels a week, working with the Bass University, working with the Ike Foundation, there is stuff associated with Ike Live and the sponsors there. It's a 40-hour-a-week job there.
It's a lot of work. Yeah. It's a lot of work.
A lot of work. And then you throw in a TV show.
Sprinkle in that TV show. Sprinkle that in.
The hours, it's a full-time job. And that's not a single tournament in the mix. So there's a lot to think about. And as the kids are getting older, there is a lot of thought about how much do you want to be gone?
Yeah.
What do you want to miss this year?
Yeah.
Whose graduation? Whose dance? Yeah. Whose major sporting event? Whose award?
Yeah.
Because you miss it. When you tournament fish, it's not your choice to be there. You are at the mercy of the tournament trail.
And I want everybody listening and watching right now to hear that, because I think it gets missed.
And I want to call Chris Bowes out right now. I have yet to see my son's first day of school, Chris. Every single year, the first Open
it's in September.
It's in September.
And this year's no different. They schedule one on the flats. First week of school, I'm sure. But
so this is reality.
It's reality.
So this is reality.
Yeah,
yes,
it's reality.
You can chase your dreams, but your dreams come with a lot of things that you will miss
100%.
in order to chase your dreams.
100%. And getting back to the business side, it's not just fishing. If it was just fishing, it would be easy, right? If that's all we did was fish, actually fish, tournament fish, and fish, it'd be easy. But we do so many other things that it's not just fishing, right? So there's all these other businesses, and at the end of the day, here's the thing, Pete. Yeah,
I gotta say
it.
Nobody that I've met in my world, in the world of professional fishing or life, works like you do. Like you take on an amazing amount of things. So it's. I know it was a massive decision, but you set the bar. I talked with Stockel and others. It's like you set the bar. It's like we all just try to keep up. I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing I want to mention real quick, Brian. I want to make sure I say this because I want the fans to know it, and I want the sponsors. I want everyone to know it. Is that, and Pete, I'll give you credit because it actually does stem back to you and the conversations we had back in 2003, early on, so important in my career, which is how do you reach people? How do you reach people from different ways? And, like we've strived really hard to reach people lots of different ways. So there's tournament fishing, but that's not the only way. There's podcasting, there's education, there's youth, there's all social media, digital content, TV. There's all these different ways. And you don't hit the same person the same through every route. Brian Carpenter, how many people do you know that don't even follow tournament fishing at all, that love to fish?
Everybody on YouTube.
Everybody on YouTube. They don't care about Bassmasters or MLF. They could care fucking less about those circuits. And people that watch my world and that watch TV, there's people there that don't care about tournament fishing. And they're, so there's this giant circle.
13 minutes.
Okay, we're going to keep going.
So, and just like the reason that we started the TV show, we've always had a growth plan. So how do you get more people into the sport of fishing?
How do you get more people? How do you grow it?
How do you grow it? And the foundation was key there with kids.
New kids. Get new kids. Yeah.
But the show was how do you connect with other athletes and other genres, but also highlight the fact that they love to fish.
Yeah.
And that football fan might go, really? My favorite football player, he loves to fish too. That's awesome. And, bring more people to the sport. So it's always been our mission and our goal to move forward and to help grow the sport in any way that we can.
Yeah.
And that has been truly coming to fruition in the last year.
Yeah.
I think we were thrown a curveball when Mike qualified for these tournament trails.
Oh boy.
Wouldn't you say?
Because a little bit.
It wasn't. I mean, I think we had this like next step plan like in our minds.
Yeah. We had a next step plan, and to back up, I want to tell you that like COVID and the break that it offered me, that it offered us, was a breath of fresh air. And it was a step back from, can we successfully work for sponsors, spread the word, get people fishing that haven't fished before without tournament fishing, without fishing in Major League. We were forced into that by COVID, right? COVID hit. Brian Carpenter, if you remember, COVID hit, and Major League Fishing said, that's it. We're done. Our tour. I was fishing Major League Fishing at the time. So me and Becker were like, all right, you're done your tour. So how do we step up and provide the same value or more value to sponsors? How do we keep spreading the word? How do we keep spreading the word?
Hold on a second.
Yeah, Brian,
Becky, you're going to appreciate this.
Okay.
This is as slow as Pete replying to an email.
All right. So, I'll speed it up. So,
Becky, where's that from? I honestly think your pace is perfect.
You think it's perfect?
Your
All
pace is perfect based on that.
Yeah, your emails are pretty slow. This is slow, and your emails are slow. So that might be a true statement. Where was that? Okay,
that was
so
perfect.
COVID forced us to step back, forced us to change, and the reality of it is, I think in the last year and a half, I've really enjoyed the change.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great reset for me to say, you don't have to tournament fish to love life, to grow the sport, to get new people involved, to do a great job for your sponsors. You don't have to fish a major tour.
17 minutes.
But you love it.
The value is there.
I do love it.
Let me tell you something. See,
I
I'm
do
going to
love
make
it.
us run long because I got to tell you something. My mom always told me.
Why don't you respond to some emails?
Listen. My mom always told me. She said the most important thing in entire family structure
is responding to email.
You should do that. Yeah. At least within 24 hours would be nice. So is the husband and the wife. The husband and the wife are most important. The kids are never the most important person or people in a relationship, because the people who got into the relationship are the husband and the wife. And if they keep that strong relationship, then you can have a great relationship and life for your children, and you can teach them these values. So I think that's carried over into this whole fishing thing. At the end of the day, we do like each other.
Yeah.
And as long as we can still have this strong relationship, we can keep working, we can keep growing the business, we can do all these things. So for everyone who's like, why did it take you so long to make this decision? We had to sit down and say, what's best for us, the two of us? I know there's people here who want Mike to do this and this. There's people in this office that want him to do certain things. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but I don't give a rip. It has to work for us. Because at the end of the day, if we're happy, it works for us.
Yeah.
It's going to trickle down to everybody else. If we're effing miserable, you're going to be miserable.
Yeah. All right. Now, so finally, Brian the Carpenter. Brian the Carpenter, I know, is keeping.
I'm feeling miserable.
Yeah.
Becky, by the way, your earrings, when you get fired up, they're
It's so Jersey,
dangle.
isn't it?
they're bouncing off the
All right,
headset.
but here, Brian, I know you guys are keeping track of the minute. So
right.
here's the great segue.
Here it is.
Now it comes full circle. We had to do that, Brian. That was an important part of this.
Hey, whatever you need, dude.
Here it comes full circle.
This was a very painful decision.
So we've milled it over for a long time up to
Milled it over.
this
Sanded
weekend.
it.
This weekend
Ran it through the planer.
at Gettysburg.
Okay.
When we were in Gettysburg, this is really
Okay.
when it came to like laying it out. We had already talked about it, and we were coming to this point. But
we were in denial.
We laid it all out. We laid it all out, and there were more things pointing in this one direction that said yes, and that's ultimately why we made this decision, right? It's like when you lay stuff out,
Mike,
if it's
just give me the signal.
if it goes left, I'll give you the signal. If it goes left or it goes right, but this one was going in this direction, okay?
Okay.
And I want to say this. So I want to get into the factors why we made this decision.
Oh, my God.
Real quick,
Come
a
on.
quick. But here's the big one. Here's the big one. Here's the big reason.
Oh, my God.
And I'm going to throw it on Beck. You ready? Beck. What are you laughing about? Do you want me to just say it then?
No,
Hold on.
you go ahead.
Yeah,
However
keep
you
going.
want to do it.
20.
All right.
20 minutes, 20 seconds.
Well, you said 27, right?
I said 27.
Oh, you said 27. Oh, well, I'm gonna break. I'll beat 27.
I got more questions.
Oh no! Don't mess me up.
And you just said there's factors with an S.
All right. Here's the biggest factor.
Dude, put it out there.
Here's the biggest
Just drop
factor.
it. Flop it on the table.
Here it goes. You ready? I'll just flop it on the table. I'm not ready to retire. I'm not ready
Yeah.
to retire.
Come on. Come on.
I want
Talk to me.
I want to retire on my own terms, not somebody else's terms. Not because MLF quit the tournaments that year or because COVID hit. I want to quit on my own terms. I got more trophies to win. I have more trophies to win, a few more trophies to win before my career's over.
Becky said that. You're
Yeah.
really good at this. Are you sure you
I'm
want
okay.
to stop doing it?
I'm okay at this. I'm decent at this. And I
Pretty
think that tournament fishing at the tour level again for a few more years whether it's 2, 3, 5, or 10, few more years, I think will really help a lot of the other businesses. And then at the end of the day, when we looked at it from that family standpoint, I think that the way that we're going to set it up, we're going to be able to continue doing what we want to do as a family. The TV is going to live on. We're going to continue to do My World in conjunction with this.
Wait a minute.
I was just about to say it.
22 minutes.
We're not to 27 minutes yet.
Okay.
I'm feeling that My World is no longer the focus. So you're going to pick.
That's not true, but
it's going to be an equal focus, so that
My World's
going to
be an equal focus
as these last couple years.
But
have.
it's not the only.
It's not the only focus.
Come
It's
on,
not the only
Mayor.
focus. So My World, the TV show, will continue.
Do it.
Say them words.
And you ready to do it, Beck? I'm ready to do it because we gotta come in this 27
You say them
minute
words.
mark.
You say it.
Our decision for 2022 is that we will be fishing a full tour in 2022.
Come on.
And the decision is, you want to say it, Beck, or you want to say it together? Let's say it together. We're going to be fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series!
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes!
Oh, man.
Where are we at time-wise? We're well under 27 minutes.
No.
23 minutes.
23.
That's not well under.
That's well under 27 minutes.
2 hours and 20.
For Mike Iaconelli,
minutes.
that was actually, and that was an announcement, motherfuckers.
That was a real announcement. I saw Brian the Carpenter cue up the static, and I was like, no, we cannot do the static again.
I was so ready to do
Dude,
the
are you
static.
sure we were live?
I think we were live. I hope. Dude, Brian, when we did the announcement back for the MLF tour, when all that crap happened, and we purposely brought in the static. How great was that? People, there it goes. Trying to get through. There it goes. Thank you for the static. It was great to have static again.
Now we can't turn it off.
Now we can't turn the static off.
No, that was horrible.
Dude, that was a great moment in Ike Live history.
One of my favorites.
It was one of
I
my
think we're
favorites,
unique
too.
because now, as
Yeah.
you can see, we are in a studio atmosphere.
All right.
Even he agrees. We're in a studio atmosphere. Dude, that was a great moment. We had so much hatred and angst, but it really did. I don't know. It
We're
did
deflecting.
something.
Peter Glusick, what do you think of the
Yeah.
decision?
What do you think?
I straight up from what I read and hear and the massive amounts of social media that I engage in, Brian, I was waiting for Brian to comment about that. But I think people want to see you. They want to see you do that. They want to see you back at the elites. And I think that's the overwhelming thing. And I always, like I said this before to you, like Becky said this to you because you were frustrated. Like, she said to you, "You're really good at this. Are you sure you want to retire?"
Yeah.
And after fishing with you on the opens, man, I had a blast this year.
I did,
By
too.
the way,
I did,
I
too.
really enjoed it. You know, the meltdowns, the door jams getting smashed. I miss that so much.
Did we ever get billed for that door jam? I don't think we did.
I don't ask, I don't tell.
John
Okay.
Cruz, he's all yours again.
Poor John Cruz, if you're listening right now. Might want to find another roommate. I think you already did.
No, but it was great. It was great traveling with you, and I could see the fire in you during those events.
Yeah.
I mean, Christ, like your decision, which was a massive decision on the last day to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You're not sweating that crap if you don't care.
No, I know.
You know, you're invested.
Yeah.
Your fire is lit, man.
Yeah.
You are on fire.
Yeah.
You are on fire. Not that many things can bring that out of a person.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? And I could see that in you, and
Yeah.
and it was great. It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome fishing with you this year.
Yeah,
And
no, it was great. It was a great season, and I'm glad it happened that way because Brian Carpenter, we talked about this too off camera many times. I could have went back to the elites the last few years
Yep.
through the other way, which was a legend status.
Yeah. Nah, dude.
I
like
didn't
you
want to
said,
do it that
felt
way.
right.
Didn't feel right.
No, you didn't want it back then.
I didn't want it. I didn't want to go back that way.
Nah, good
but
for you, man.
To go back this way, it feels right. It feels like I deserved it. And here's the thing, Beck, and now that we made the announcement, I can say this. I do see a retirement in my future. I don't know how many years that is, but I see it. But it felt right to end the place that I started. And I don't want to bash MLF or say I'm not going there because of this or that. I don't want to say any of that because I like what they're doing. I like the Bass Pro Tour. I like all the stuff they're doing. But for me to end my career where I started it, that's right. That feels right to me.
Yeah, man.
You're going to retire. You're going to retire an Eagle.
Yeah, you can retire.
It feels right.
Listen.
Feels right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I need
when he
hearing aids. Who
retires,
knows?
we will announce painfully
Dude,
that he's going to retire.
Dave Brodzik on the message board. What did he say?
Dave Brodzik has a message coming.
I was ready to confess to every crime I ever committed within the first 4 minutes, let alone the next 16 and a half.
Oh, God.
You know what?
God.
That's bull. You're just sad that you weren't here to torture
That's
everyone
true.
with us.
That's true. Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to say what you said. I thought that we didn't discuss it, but I thought the Five Alive Bassmasters was
the trail.
They're so successful. I thought that might be which way you go.
That's my,
everybody's going over
I
there.
know. Well, that's my exit strategy. Like Eddie Callan and all the guys. I'm going to go to Five Alive when I'm done. All right, Brian the Carpenter, we have finally, after a torturous 20, what was it, Brian? 23 minutes? Did you call it?
He looks tortured.
23.
23 minutes of
people laughed at me when I said 27 minutes.
I think our secret guest grew a mustache during that.
Our
23
secret
minutes.
guest grew facial hair. That was so long of an announcement. But we have a mystery guest popping on. I still don't know who it is, except he's in the queue. Put him through so I can finally see him. Here's our mystery guest joining us after the announcement. Wait a minute. Mark Zona, Z, joins us on Ike Live. Dude, Z, what's up?
Mike, I'm not going to lie. Not to throw any, as you would say, not to throw anybody under the bus. I thought the decision was that we were shit canning Jake, the associate producer tonight.
Dude, Brian the Carpenter, this was a great guest, mystery guest to have on tonight. Z, it's so good to see you back on our show. We love you. I love you.
Miss you, man.
First of all, before we get into anything else, how you doing? What's happening? How's your show going? What's going on in the world of Z?
You know, gosh, in a serious tone, I've listened to the whole show tonight, and it's a very bittersweet show.
Yeah.
Mike, you know this. I've been on Ike Live with you guys. It's a really strange, sad, exciting time in the world of fishing right now. And one thing, and I really thought about this. I thought about this when I was listening to, and it really kind of goes full circle of tonight. You guys had a wonderful, wonderful tribute to Aaron, and listening to Dan O'Sullivan. Here's one thing that's really strange, Mike, and I've thought about this is. We're doing a Zona Show tribute. Aaron was on the Zona Show for the past 15 years, more than any human being. The only person close was Greg Hackney. And something you said and Beck said was, Aaron got like a kid when he fished. And I was fortunate enough to see that a lot of times. And I was thinking about this. You and I we were lucky enough to steal a day and a half together. And Mike, you still have that in the tank. You still have that trait of the wonder of bass fishing. And that is one thing of listening to this whole show tonight that I'll walk away from. And look, dude, from a very shallow, dumbass Bassmaster Elite Series commentator, am I excited to call your game again? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the one thing that I can tell you, you share with Aaron Martens. You look, man, I could see through it when I'm around somebody that I'm like, he likes fishing, but does he still love fishing? Mike, we had a beer and we talked about it.
Yeah.
You do, and I saw it, and I will tell you that it's man, I'd love to call one more Bassmaster Classic Trophy champion with you, man. I really would. I really would.
I would love that as well, and I'm glad you brought that up because I think when you think about the timing of this stuff, and we went on this trip, Z, and this trip was a trip to Gettysburg with the kids. They had off, and this was going to be a fun trip that we made this decision, and then we had the news of Aaron's passing, like the first night we were there, and I got to tell you that it for sure played into our decision a little bit, because when we looked at that, it was like life is so short, right? Life is so short. Follow your passion, right? Go for your dreams. You're not guaranteed tomorrow at all. And this was a good opportunity for us, to try one more time, so.
And I'll tell you something. It's what's really, man, I made this statement to you. I made this statement to you. I'm not going to put a timeline on it because we've worked through a lot of highs and lows together, Mike.
That's
and
true.
we called each other through a lot of that.
That's very true. The lows, especially. I want to stress. There's been some lows, low rung.
Yeah, I think
low
one
hanging
time
fruit.
I did say to you, "Hey, don't let you hurt you, Mike." This is no joke. Is there's what's weird is in the fishing world, we probably have a lot less years in this, compared to being younger, compared to when we started working together, 2 decades ago, 2.5 decades ago.
Yeah.
By the way, the only thing that went longer than your announcement was Pete trying to explain the TV show Secession and what it was really about.
I was going for 27 minutes.
I love you.
Oh, Jesus.
I came up a little short.
I still don't know what the hell the TV show's about.
I don't either.
Oh, my God.
Your explanation was a cliffhanger. But this is so hard to do. We got to talk about this, Mike. And after we shot the show, and look, here's one of the weird things that if you pull the curtain back, I know Becky knows about this because we had to work on your travel. You and I were going to tape a Zona show on Lake Ontario. That was our plan. It's halfway between my house and your house.
Yeah.
Well, you qualified for the Elite Series, and I said, look, I don't know what you want to do, it's none of my business, but it probably wouldn't be a good idea for us to be banging around in Chameau Bay somewhere or out on the Big Lake in case your decision is exactly what it was tonight.
That's the exact words you used. I remember, just in case. You said that exact words, just in case.
Yes.
Yep.
And then, and then fast forward, so we shoot the show. We shot it on the Detroit River, and then we both posted some stuff. Well, then I got 1,000 texts of, wow, is he fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series?
Yeah.
And I said, I can't confirm or deny. But here's what's funny is I heard, you guys wrote out a lot of, things that are important, have been important.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a lot of fans. You got a lot of fans that everybody in your production, from Pete to Brian, I don't really know about Jake.
We don't either.
Sake.
I'm coming and swinging on you tonight. you've made a difference at this. You've made a difference. And I'll go back to the way you opened the show to the tribute is Aaron made a difference at the world of fishing. And the one word I'll come back to, dude, you're original. You're very unique, oddly unique. I mean, heck, I've already sent you content from the show that we taped together that I hope it never hits daylight, Mike. Dude, I'm happy for you because you've busted your rear end through, listening to Pete say your workload. And I get it, man. I get that side of it. But to get back the way you got back and to push your chips into the table and get in the ring next year, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
It feels right. It feels good. It feels like the right decision. It feels like the right thing to do. And I want to say this, and this is no disrespect to where I've tournament fished the last 2 or 3 years. No disrespect to Bass Pro Tour MLF, but I missed a lot of the bass feel, and it's a combo of everything, right? It's
your love of Zona.
It's my love of Zona for sure. It's my love of Z.
We're back.
Yeah, I have man crush on you, Z. It's that, but it's also the tournament format that I grew up with, right, as a kid. It's the heroes that fished bass. It's the 5 fish, swinging fish, letting those fish flop around on the carpet, live welling fish, the fans, the events, the interaction, the media, the magazine. I mean, it's not one thing, right? And so, like, when I closed my eyes and said, man, where do I really want to end my career? And we said this together. We said, Becky, you kept saying it's like if I would have just ended it where I was at, it was like something was missing. You know what I mean? Like, wasn't the right way to end it, right? I want to end it at Bass. It feels like home to me. It's where I started. It's where I want to end it. And, dude, I am so excited, Z, to get to come back. And even if I suck the next couple seasons, it's going to feel great to be back.
Who believes that?
It's going to be great to be back at Bass. I'm very, very excited. Becky and I are both very excited. We can't.
Becky, I know I have to go through you on this, but I'm already getting production questions. Is there any chance Mike would work the set with us for the Bassmaster Classic?
Well, you
here's
have
the
to,
problem.
Okay, but here's the problem. He made the Bassmaster Kayak Classic.
Yes! I'm busy. I can't do it.
But
come on, you got to do that.
When he's not. But listen, when he's not fishing that, I'm open to this. I'm open to this as long as I get to go to the dinner.
Oh,
I haven't been able to dress up and go to the classic dinner in years.
Yeah.
I just want to go, Z.
Beck wants to go to the dinner.
Becky, I'll be honest with you. I have a tendency to try to ditch and ghost that dinner since the first. I'm not good with crowds. You have my seat.
Thank you. Thank you. Does that mean that I have your date? Is Karen my date?
If you like sitting next to Tommy Sanders, I mean, that's the one I'm married to.
Yeah,
oh, that just got interesting. All right.
Oh, it's Tommy.
Yeah. I love Tommy.
No, I love
I'll
Tommy.
sit next to Tommy.
I like Tommy, and I like Tommy's announcing on that wood. What's the lumberjack show?
Steel. Yeah, Steel Sports.
I love that show.
Oh yeah, it's a great show. Yeah, Tommy makes it sexy.
He does.
Yeah, he makes it sexy. Tommy makes a lot of things sexy.
I think Becky might like that seat.
Yeah.
He and I could talk about wood.
And sandwiches.
All right, Z, here's...
Soda was actually quiet. He had nothing to say.
No, I'm not going to touch that one at all.
All right, here's another reality. I want to change the subject just a little bit. Another reality I want to kick to you, and same to Brian.
What?
Dude, can you believe how old our kids are at this point? Z, you got some graduating college. Brian, you got some in college. I got one graduating. I got one done. Is this ridiculous? What happened?
that Hunter and Jacob, we talked about this when we got to fish. They graduate in 5 weeks. And I'll be honest with you, since being empty nesters, I mean, hell, dude, we go to bed 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's, you know, what's weird is it go, I don't know, it's strange. It's very bittersweet. You know, you're excited that they're going to go start their life and wherever that's going to be. I have a pretty good vibe. Both of the twins are going to probably leave state and go elsewhere in life. But there's also a part where it makes you, as proud as you want to be. Yeah. Man, it's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah.
You know, I know your kids went out of state. And that's a dose of reality, you know? I mean, Mike, we have floated around the country for years and years and years and years and years and years. But when you think about your kids doing it, you're like, oh, that's not a good thing, right? Yeah. That's not, you know, it's very sobering, I would say.
Yeah, it is sobering. It's definitely a reality check.
Well, we just got word Riley graduates in December from LSU.
Same thing, like 5 weeks.
Right.
But we just found out she got a job only about 2 hours from here.
Yes, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
That's great.
We are so excited.
Yeah, that's a nice happy medium because she's gone, but she's within a short drive of visiting. So that's nice. That's really nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, Mike, we had a couple cold beers. You and I had a couple cold beers, and this is a total non sequitur, man. It does not fit anywhere. Would you just give me the witch real quick from Evil Dead Part 2? Just give me one line.
Yeah, sure, of course I will. Yeah. You know I will.
Thank you. But I want you to feel it.
Okay, I'll feel it.
Even now, we have your darling Linda's soul. She burns and suffers and torments.
And Mike, just so you know, when we fished the Detroit River, and then I was making you do that, and I was recording you somewhere in some video in front of a lot of people. I'm gonna play it over because you used profanity for me in it over and over.
Yes, that's awesome. Wow. That's awesome.
Stop encouraging him.
I know. Keep encouraging me, please. Please don't stop. Z, I'm so stoked. I'm so glad you were our first guest on after I made this announcement. It feels like it made the announcement complete. And I honestly can't wait to work with you again through Bass. And I missed you guys. I missed you. I missed everybody. And it feels good to be coming home. Very excited.
It'll be a special 2022, no doubt. And like I said, dude, I got to see it firsthand a couple weeks ago on the river. But I've called a lot of tournaments, and what was funny was I thought about this today, Mike, a lot, and I'll be tight. I'll make this fairly quick. I was sitting there thinking to myself, and we have fished together. You know, we've snatched a couple bass together.
Oh yeah.
And Pete, you can relate to this because you fished with Mike a lot. Brian the Carpenter, you fished with Mike a lot. I don't know of all the tournaments that I've covered with you. I still, to this day, I don't know what your strength is. I don't. I think you're one of the most underrated, one of the best river fishermen. Actual river system, whether it's Red River, Delaware River out your back door, Potomac River. I would say to myself, man, he's one of the best river fishermen I ever covered. Then I'll do I'll re-rack my brain. I'm like, damn, he's good with the spinning rod. And really what I came to, Mike, and this is a rare trait, man. This is a rare trait. You bang on yourself and you make the comment, oh, I've worked to get better throughout the year. And I believe that, man. I believe that. You're a product. You know, you grew up in Jersey, and to accomplish what you have in the world of professional bass fishing, man, Pete, you know this, the odds are stacked against you than for you for that.
Yeah.
But here's what I will tell you, Mike, and I thought about a lot of years working together. Your strength is you don't have a weakness. And I really thought about that today. And it was awesome to cover you in years past. and I damn sure look forward to it years coming.
Man, I appreciate that, Z. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's awesome,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I actually read Louis wrote that in some magazine, and I stole it.
Everyone plagiarizes Louis Stout, so it doesn't matter. I mean, let's just all jump on the bandwagon, you know?
No, but I mean it. It's
I appreciate
we'll
that.
have a lot of fun. The next few years on the Bassmaster Elite Series are going to be strong, brutal on the water, and everything you have been and still are.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to get back. Look forward to the tournaments. Look forward to working with you. If I have a bad day, I look forward to using the F word in front of you and multiple times. And it's going to be real. That's all I can say. It's always been real, Z. Yeah. It's never been fake. And I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of myself for that. we actually joked about it. We were like, dude, we're like cut from the same freaking cloth. And you got to admit that. Like,
yes.
You know, what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're 10 hours apart and geographically, but bro, we are cut from the same cloth, and it's a good quality. Would you say
it's you angry Italians?
It's angry people, angry Italians. It's okay. It's passion. It's passion, right? Is it anger or is it passion?
Do you feel better too, Zona, like when you let it out and then you're just over it?
I'm looking over at the Scorpion Woman right now. I don't know if it's Patrick. It's actually called temper, is what it's called.
You must live in the wrong part of the country that we make it like this asset around here. Like,
yeah, we wear it straight forward. And I'll tell you, I told Mike this. This was before my mom passed, and it's a great. My mom's she was a wonderful Italian woman from the south side of Chicago, and she loved Mike. She met Mike. She came to a tournament. She loved Mike. And Mike, I would say for at least, I'll go for 94% of our career working together, we got along great. Now, the 6%, it was borderline violent.
6%?
Okay? Right.
What?
And
there was a 6%?
All right, maybe we got along for 81%. I would come home and you'd be on TV and she's like, you need to be nicer to that boy. You need to be a lot, man. I'm like, God.
That's so awesome.
I'll pull the curtain back on one story, Mike. You and I talked about it. We talked about it 3 weeks ago. There was a tournament on Lake Murray, and it was right when.
Oh yeah.
It was right when what we used to call him, Overstreet hated him because he's trying to get his pictures, but they would throw me in the back of the leader's boat. And they throw me in the back of your boat, and it was one of those mornings. Things weren't necessarily going right, and you looked at me and you said, "I'll never forget this." You said, "I lose one more fish. I want you to get the hell out of my boat." And I looked, and I said, "Oh, it's my fault." Probably not the best thing.
No.
Zay, don't feel like you're the only one though. I think I tried breaking up with you.
He
because
broke up
of
with
fish.
me a handful of times. 2007 was not our year. But I told him, I was like, if you break up with me one more time, I'm not answering the phone when you call again. So cut it out. It has nothing to do with me.
Becky, I promise you, I have fired Aaron Zona from Mark Zona Inc. 37 times in our
Mark Zona Inc.
So what happens, Mike? And I got my little. It wasn't even. It was back before GoPro days. It was like a little box camera that you bought for $8, and I'm taping him, and he misses another one, and he rips his head back around. He goes, "Get out of my boat! Get out of my boat!" And you know how Becky, he hops around real quick. Yeah. He trips over 36 rods on the front deck. And I look at him and I said, "Hey, before I leave, a little heads up, champ. If you actually strap that stuff down, you won't fumble F around."
Oh my God, did his head explode?
How did that?
Oh God.
It was so
Dude, I remember that day. That was the worst day. Dude, what made it worse is I had to take a shit about halfway through the day. And I had Wes in the boat, and poor Wes is taping me, taking a dump off the back of the boat. I had to tell him to turn the camera off. Oh, God, what a day that was.
Getting back in the boat, and Tommy goes, "How'd that go?" I said, "Not real well." Wasn't good.
Oh, boy. Z, things can only get bigger and better from here on after that. I can say.
Good Lord.
Seriously, congratulations.
Thank you,
Congratulations
man.
to all of you. It's a pretty big night. And like I said, let's go, man. Congratulations. I mean it.
Thank you, Z. Appreciate it. Mark Zona, everybody. Z Train. Ike Live tonight. Thank you, Z.
Mark Zona Inc.
See you guys.
Inc.
That's Mark Zona Inc.
Mark Zona
everybody.
Inc. He's got an ink at the end of his name. He's
get
so
that.
big. He's
I
the
gotta make
empire.
sure I turn this thing off, not like Jimmy Houston.
Yeah, not like Jimmy.
right.
We want to hear your dogs barking in
know.
like 20 minutes.
Oh,
The,
man.
the carpenter will definitely not turn your feet off.
He's a professional. He
man.
figured it out.
Brian, good job with that
Yeah.
guess.
Ah,
Nice
come on,
work.
man.
Dude, that was good.
Good job making the right call.
Thank you, man.
Oh, man.
It felt
I know,
good. And
Beck. I know.
I know. And here's the thing. Here's
She's
the
probably
thing.
right.
Jake, I'm sure you're looking at the messages coming through, Pete. There are going to be people that agree. There are going to be people that are indifferent.
They all
There are
agree,
gonna
don't
be-
they?
No,
They all agree.
I'm sure there's some
I'm
that
not looking
don't.
anymore. I got
curious
fired
now.
by Mark Zona.
Oh, you got fired by Z, so you're not even looking.
Dude.
No, there's a lot of people that are happy with your decision, and we're calling that from about 8 o'clock when we started. This.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I think, Pete, honestly, I said it, but the fans did have a piece of the decision too. And Becky and I monitored it, and it was important for us to.
I have one person who's happy for me.
I saw that. I saw. Well, my phone's actually been blowing up.
who's
Like
happy?
my phone's ridiculous right
Who's
now.
happy?
Julia Kennedy. I finally get to be back with Julia.
Yeah. My phone is blowing up right now. So.
All right. The first order of business, Becky, by the way, I have at least 2 emails that have been unreturned for 2 days.
I've been on vacation.
The vacation smation.
Oh,
First
man.
order of business.
I will have those ghosts of Gettysburg haunt you because we became homies.
We did, and they're real, dude. That
Hello,
ain't no
Pot.
joke.
I'm
The
Kettle.
first order of business is to get Mr. Kennedy for Bass University.
Steve Kennedy.
Ooh,
He
the
is
elusive.
he's a unicorn.
Well-
he's a ghost. He's
watching Julia.
Steve and Julia are
Julia.
watching right now. Pete,
Yeah.
point at the
Point at him,
camera.
Pete.
He's
Point at him.
Point at
Steve.
him, Pete.
You're brilliant. We all know it. And we need to get him. Like the people, the Bass
Julia, you
University
watching this?
students are desperate for Steve
It
Kennedy
would be
to
great.
teach them.
It would be great. I would love that.
We need to have Steve.
I would love to have Steve.
We
and,
need to have Steve.
And Steve, yeah, talk to him. There you go. Now you got a full.
Steve, you're the man. Anything I can do to help you, I will. We will go on the water. We'll be in the classroom. We'll do Zoom calls. I will bring biscuits and gravy. I don't know. What is it going to take? We want Steve Kennedy on Bass University TV.
There you go. There you go. Steve, we want you. Steve, actually, Steve's a humble guy too. Like we talked about Aaron
he's the
earlier,
Yeah.
but Steve's very much like that, where he's one of the best, and he doesn't perceive himself like that. But he is really,
I know.
really good.
You can hear it in his interviews, but
He's
gosh,
really, really good.
He
He's
does
he's
things
amazing.
so differently.
Yeah. Oh, I see another. We got a little bit more tin cup coming.
Oh.
Well,
Brian
I feel like we have to do a shot in honor of your.
We should.
Becky would say ill-timed decision.
I like that. I think it's a great time to do a little shot.
Oh my God, we still
agree.
have to open a mystery tackle box.
Yeah, we got one more thing.
It's
to
past
one
my
more piece of
bedtime.
business.
Can we hurry up?
What time are we at?
It's like 11.
Is it 11 already? Okay.
By the way, I threw Chris Bowes under the bus. Congratulations on your new
Oh
promotion.
yeah, that was nice. Chris got a promotion.
Congratulations.
Good job, Chris.
I
Nice
know.
one.
I just get to miss my kid's first day at school, but you run a great
Yeah.
tournament trail. Love fishing the opens.
Yeah.
Really do.
Would he
Gonna
get
be doing
promoted
it.
to under the bus?
What's that?
He got promoted.
Yeah,
tournament
well,
manager.
he's in the undercarriage.
Yeah, no. Chris got promoted. That was a great promotion.
Yeah.
And they announced
Love you,
Lisa is being the tournament director for Leeds, which was a great move too. So
Oh, right
congrats
on,
to both
dude.
of those guys. All right, we're gonna before we do the shot, Bri.
Okay.
Celebratory shot. I'm gonna pop this You know that sound that I love? We just pop the seal on the mystery tackle box. And Pete, this is the Elite box. I'm in love with this one. Like, I love the Pro Box. Pro Box
Ross,
is great.
I don't get the Pro Box. I don't get the Elite box.
Pro Box is great, but the Elite box is awesome. I want to open this. You know the deal. Brian the Carpenter, we're going to pick one bait, and we're going to pass it on. And
I thought that was a yawn.
All right.
A horrible
There you go.
sinus infection.
Oh, no.
I can't.
We're going to pick a bait, and we're going to pass it on. And, okay. Brian the Carpenter, here's our unboxing. We're unboxing the Elite box from Mr. Tackle Box. By the way,
What do you got there, Ron?
if you're watching this, I don't know if you knew this, but this is the only live podcast that does an unboxing. And, Brian, this caught my eye
What is that?
instantly.
Looks like
This
blade
is
bait.
a blade bait.
Uh-oh.
This is by Aftco, and it's called the Jack Slap blade. Here's what caught my eye about it. You ready for this, Brian the Carpenter?
Yeah.
Tungsten.
What?
Tungsten. So I'm looking at this thing, and the body size is about 1/4 of an ounce, and it actually weighs a half.
What?
Because it's tungsten, yes. It's in a gold color, and I like this bait because it has a small tail spinner on the back. A lot of these blade baits has a little bit bigger blade. Bri, this has got a small blade. Pete Glusick, tell me that thing on the upper Chesapeake Bay around those bridge pilings where those guys are fishing the regular blade wouldn't work. This is a tail spinner style. Tell me that wouldn't work, dude.
That would work.
That would work.
Yes.
It's awesome.
The tail spinner is back.
Tail spinner. Let me spin it. Got a decent bearing on it. Spinning that blade a little bit. So that's my pick right there, Brian. Little blade bait / tail spinner by Aftco called the Jack Slap. Beck, what do you got?
All right, I have the Janko Fishing Rip Knocker. So it's a lipless crankbait.
Lipless. Yeah. Nice
And
lipless.
it's-
Big size. Good sound.
Yeah, and it's very like iridescent and see-through. It's actually pretty cool.
It does have LeMay.
A little gold lame in the front.
Gold lame?
With a bit of turquoise on the top, my
It looks
fave.
good.
But that's yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like
That's
it.
awesome.
I like it.
I like it. All right, Pete, what do you got?
I like Becky's pick.
Wow, you got a lipless
And
too.
I picked it too.
Wow.
Because it's that time of year.
Yeah.
Right?
Cold
It's
water,
cold water,
bait.
falling water
Yeah.
temperatures, a lot of bait fish present. And this is a unique size.
Small.
Like a lot of times.
Is that quarter or 3/8 or what is
Man,
that?
I don't know.
I think it's
It
3/8.
says 38, so I imagine it's 3/8.
Yeah.
But the profile is really nice, and it's got a thud, like not a ting, like it's
A deeper. Yeah.
a deeper.
More like a
presence.
knock. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a neat little size.
Who makes that one? Is that Arc? I thought Arc made fishing rods, Bri. What is
Dude,
that?
That is Arc.
Whoa.
What?
They make baits too? That's crazy.
Packaging is really cool.
Did Randall have anything
Nice
to do with
styling.
Randall.
that? Man.
Really cool.
A.K.A. Randy. All right.
Nice.
Jake, what do you got?
It's all
over
about
there?
lipless right now.
Man, I like that. Let me see that.
I got a Lunker Hunt /12
There's your spider, Pete.
spider. Spider coming in hot.
Oh, jerk bait.
Yeah, a 12-foot jerkbait.
Oh, cool.
I still didn't get it.
Shad pattern,
12-foot jerkbait?
12-footer.
So that one's got the deeper bill on it.
Oh, yeah, the bill's about half as long as the body.
Yeah.
And it's a 4-inch jerkbait, so yeah, it's going deep.
Okay.
What
I
do you
like
got,
it.
Nice baits.
Brian the Carpenter, what do you got in
Well,
that box?
As we stated earlier, we've been doing this show for 8 years.
Here it
For 8
comes.
mother-loving years, I pick last.
Oh.
New guy in here, and I'm
Never
still getting
changes.
last.
Yeah, you get the.
You know what? You could have changed
Hey,
that
listen,
situation.
my microphone. You had your time to talk. So maybe some things will be changing in the future.
Check your email.
Oh man! Shout out to Ryan Lambert for that. That was the best.
That was so good.
That was the
Thanks, Lambert.
Yeah, we got to send him a hat or something. Send him Pete's hat.
We'll let him know through Pete's email if it's coming.
Pete's favorite hat through Pete's favorite email 2 months later.
So this is the Elite Box. The Elite Box is loaded. Even after it went through the room, I still have plenty of baits. A little walking bait. It's a little walking bait.
Jeff Olson, Bash UTV, is sitting on gobs of shad in the creek that he just moved in on. He just did a slow-mo video of the shad just everywhere on the surface. Exactly that size. Wow.
Really? And here's a Somatis Baits little drop shot bait. Dope little drop shot bait, Jake.
It's pretty dope.
Do that.
Watermelon.
Green
flake. Gold flake.
We got a crankbait like that and some drop shot weights and these hooks from Spear Point. They're actually dope hooks, man. Different style to them. So, yeah, that's what we got.
There you go.
So everybody needs to go and get their mystery tackle box ordered for their person that they love. For the holidays, we have a sale.
It does make a great gift. I mean, can you think of, Pete, if you have a fisherman or a fisherwoman, somebody that likes the sport, can you think of a better gift?
Yeah, well,
for
Bash
Christmas?
UTV.
Bash UTV is a good one. Other than that.
No, but they have so many different boxes between like
they have a lot of different
They've
boxes.
got like the panfish box. They've got something for everybody. But right now, Save 20 gets you 20% off.
Yep. Holiday sale. That's right. Yep.
But the Ike Live code gets you more.
It does.
Save 20.
Save 20.
If you're paying attention, you're going to save more.
Use the promo code Ike Live, 30% off your first Elite box or 50% off your first Pro box.
It's really
awesome. Can't beat that. That's great.
It's so much fun when it arrives. We get a bark box. You know what that is?
Yeah, it's the doggy box.
The doggy box. The dog goes crazy for the bark box. Me and Jake go more crazy for mystery tackle box when it comes in.
Right on, man.
It's awesome.
Comes in the house.
We love MTB. Pete, one more time. We're nearing the end of the show. Since we're talking about great deals for the holidays, Bash U is honestly a great deal too.
Well,
talk a little bit about that.
It's going to help you become a better angler. And you go over to bashu.tv, and we have a Black Bass Friday promotion. It's $50 off. Annual subscription is $99. It's a great gift. Give it to yourself. Give it to your significant other. We really work hard to bring content that helps you move your fishing to the next level. And go over to thebashuniversity.com. We're going to be in Alabama. Gadsden, Alabama. We're going to be in Anderson, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Real live classes. Can't wait for that. And that's going to be in January. So go get your tickets. And
anywhere near Greenbow, Alabama?
I don't know where Greenbow, Alabama is.
Greenbow?
I know it's
Greenbow.
Forrest Gump.
Back to Greenbow, Alabama.
Yeah.
That's where Forrest was from.
Oh.
It looked like a great place, though.
That's where Fletcher's from.
Like the Spanish moss.
Try out.
Yeah.
That looked like a nice place. It was relaxing.
I
could take a nap.
Let me remind everybody here
It was a
real
movie.
quick, Brian the Carpenter.
I'll ruin it back.
Tonight, you got your first look at the Ike-approved apparel from Afco. It's available right now. If you saw some of this stuff, I did 3 outfit changes tonight. We've got some great hats.
He did 3 of them.
Didn't wear the gold lame, but I did do 3 outfit changes.
None.
You did 0. Available right now. Go to MikeIaconelli.com. You can get it through the shop. Also, go to Tackle Warehouse. It's all the Ike-approved stuff by Afco. Available right now. It's pretty hot. You're going to see posts all week about
Ike's
it. Right?
graffiti line.
Yeah, Ike's graffiti line.
Tagline.
Getting arrested all those years later really paid off.
Yeah, right? You went from there to here. I got a picture of you with a young Ron Moore.
Oh,
he's
Ronnie?
very excited. Yeah, Ronnie.
What?
Oh, let's see it.
Yeah.
You actually pull it up. We're going to
Like
show
Ronnie as a Bambini?
Yeah, go show Mike.
Ronnie is a baby?
Yeah, a little baby. You're swaddling him in a manger.
I want to see this on live.
Who else is
Whoa, that is Ronnie Moore. That's awesome.
Whoa.
Holy crap! I would say
gracious.
I would peg that jersey at
505?
Yeah.
Ron
No.
Yeah.
later.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No,
It was,
No, because the Mountain Dew? No.
maybe it was 05.
It was a very short
Was
period of
05
time.
or it was 07?
When Mike was taller than Ronnie Moore.
Oh,
Peter! Yeah, he grew. He's taller than me now. I'd agree with that.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Wow, look at Ronnie. Young man. Young Ron.
There it is.
Yo, Ron.
That was the pre-bowl.
That was somewhere in the
Wow.
05 to 07 range.
somewhere in the 05
I'm
to
going
07
with the
range.
earlier.
Are you?
Yeah.
Young Ron. Look at him.
Well, 06 was the red and gray.
He's doing
flame
stats
jersey.
while he's taking that
That's
picture.
the only reason I was going later, because I think it went after the flame jersey, because Tundra was black and yellow. I don't know. I'm saying 07.
Black and yellow.
I'm
black
saying
and
07.
yellow.
But, man, what a show, Bri. We had a
Did?
great show tonight.
Yeah.
It ran long again, of course, like it always runs
Shocker.
long. But well worth it, dude.
23
I mean,
minutes.
Well worth it. some great topics tonight.
That was like the thing we were doing.
I know. Well, I mean, it was a good show tonight. Like between the A-Mart tribute, between having Matt on to talk about Afco, having the announcement, and then of course Z on was great. It was a packed show.
It was
a packed show.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Here's the other thing we want to do. We want to make sure we asked you all night to like and share the feed if you're watching over on Facebook, and if you participated in this contest, Jake, this is the time when we're getting to pick one lucky winner. And this thing is it's around 20 pounds, give or take. We didn't ever emptied it, but it's loaded with Ike Live gift
You gotta throw this at
sponsor
Rainbow,
products.
dude.
No, I'm throwing that at the lake that's.
You can't throw that
next
at
week.
Rainbow. You'll be in the mud
Did
instantly.
you get the schedule for the winter leagues?
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
Who's our
What's
winner?
next week?
Who's our winner?
Our winner is.
Oh, yeah. Who's the winner for the Ike Live gift bag?
Our winner is Tyler Finney.
Tyler Finney.
Tyler Finney.
Tyler Finney, congratulations. You are the
Finney.
winner of the world famous Ike Live gift bag. Congratulations.
Finney.
We got more winners, by the way.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, who was the closest?
You wouldn't believe this. New York Chris. The
Wow.
second guest to come in was 23 minutes.
Whoa!
What do you mean the second guess?
The second guest to come in through the feed.
Oh, okay.
Total.
I got you. Yeah.
23 minutes.
So New York Chris is a winner again?
One again.
Wow. New York Chris, dude, New York Chris has won more.
Yeah, he needs a beanie.
Ever
yeah.
present.
Yeah, New York Chris.
Oh, yeah. He's
We're
in New
giving you
York.
the
He's from-
beanie.
he's from
Well,
New
actually,
York.
hold on. New York Chris, we're
Needs
giving
a
you
beanie.
a new one. This one's actually got the tag on it.
Nah,
All
you
right.
want to use one. Mike sweated in it.
No, we got a whole bunch of new ones. New York Chris, you won the beanie. Congratulations. And then Brian Carpenter, what else? We got a couple more we want to select out of there.
We got a YouTube winner as well.
Okay,
Oh, yeah?
YouTube winner. We're gonna give you the desert camo.
Well, hold on.
Trucker?
We got to match the hat to the name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Let's be fair.
So let's wait. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nolan Wilson.
That's
No,
a square bill.
That's a square bill.
That's right.
Nolan Wilson over on YouTube. Congratulations.
Why is
you
that a
won for
square
a
bill?
great comment over on YouTube, and you won the flat bill, aka square bill. That's yours. Okay. And then last, Jake, we've got a trucker hat, desert camo.
One
Ike
more.
approved?
Somebody that loves Afco.
Yes.
Stephen Leonard.
Stephen Leonard.
Stephen Leonard. That's
Yes,
trucker hat.
that's Stephen
Okay.
Leonard.
Stephen's
Yes.
trying for
Make
truck.
sure you get all their addresses.
I
All
got
right.
it.
Okay.
Stephen Leonard.
Maybe.
All right, guys, if you're one of those names we just announced, please send, if you're still watching, send your address through. We won't post it. We're going to get you your brand new Ike-approved apparel immediately. That was awesome. Man, what a show. What a show. I'm tired. I feel worn out. But I'm stoked. I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel
It's a big moment. It's
big
gonna
moment.
be a big year.
it's a
you
big
know?
year. Yeah.
Honestly, everybody's excited.
Except for
I
Becky.
felt it. I
Yeah.
felt it through
I'm working on it.
all of our stuff. You know
Yeah.
that people are really, they'd love to see you back
Yeah.
at Bassmasters competing for
Yeah.
a classic, and it's going to be a big year.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Feels
I'm
right.
excited for you.
Feels right.
You know, especially like I said, after fishing with you this year.
Yeah.
You know, I saw the fire. Becky's right. She's like, man, you're really good at this. Are you sure you want to retire?
Yeah.
You know, you're great at
I think I have
TV stuff. You're great at all that
A few
other
more
stuff.
years.
Yeah. I think I have a couple more years in me, Pete. I
Yeah.
really do.
That's
Well,
about it.
Yeah.
Well, come on.
Those lows are low. You live with him. Let him call you.
Yeah.
The door jam flying off.
Dude, can I tell that story?
Of course you can. Sure you can.
All right, this is big time.
This is big time.
This is like
Big time Pete.
Mike and I haven't traveled together for a few years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And but we did a lot and took a few years off, did your thing and whatever. We rented this house and I'm
Is this
there.
a new story?
Brand new story, Thousand Island story. And so
I can't wait.
We're there, and we've got 5 guys, right? Tim's there.
Yeah.
Brooks
McGraw.
is there. McGraw's there. Oh my God, McGraw was so awesome to have.
He was nice.
So there's
I just saw him yesterday.
3 of
Sunday.
them that know each other very well, and
Yeah.
then there's 2 like auxiliary that don't know Mike as well.
They don't know Mike at all.
Right.
They don't know Mike at all.
And they don't see me because I go out at dark and I come back
Yeah.
at dark.
Who
so
are
they?
they?
Don't see me.
Who are these people?
Brooks Parker, probably
Oh,
watching.
okay.
Shout out to Brooks.
Shout out to Brooks.
Brooks
is a good guy, by the way.
And
Yeah.
Tim McGlenn.
Tim's a good dude too.
Really good dude. And I drew Tim out on BFL, and we became friends on the flat. We drew out on flats. So we're fishing this Thousand Islands tournament, and we're all going different directions. We're doing our different things, and it's is it the night before the?
It's the night
after day one.
After day one, where I
after
had
day one.
slipped in the standings.
Right. Mike,
I remember.
Mike is in position to.
They
to
only
make
take
it.
the top 3 to go to the elites.
That's right.
And now I slipped to 4th.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Crazy train.
Yeah. So
Go on.
so we have this like 2-story house, but outside is where all our boats are parked, and I'm out in my boat. I'm working, tying knots and
Emails.
doing not returning emails, and doing that.
Disregarding more emails. Swiping left on more emails.
I silence you email.
Oh God. So
if I didn't read it, it didn't happen.
That's right.
That's true. It's true.
But so I'm in my boat, and everybody else is inside, and Mike's inside, and it's odd that like I'm the last guy. Usually Mike's the last guy out.
Oh yeah.
But McGraw, everybody's inside the house, and I'm just retying. It's kind of quiet, and I started hearing a little ruckus, and I didn't, think much of it.
Can you describe the ruckus?
Well, you just like bang. You hear things that sounds like it could have dropped, or
Right.
fallen over, and
Accidentally.
and then it starts to like escalate.
Crescendo.
It starts to get like more things are dropping, and and
Stuff's just falling everywhere.
And I know, like Mike, like he rented the house, so we gave him the courtesy of the downstairs like suite, like it had a bathroom and he's got that. All the other boys are upstairs,
Hiding.
Well, they're like cooking, getting their laundry, or doing, and slowly and steadily, they started coming out of the house
Like ants.
He scared him out of the house.
We're funneling out like ants when it rains.
So they're
Oh my
like,
God.
they're like, and as the more they come out, like the louder it gets, or the louder it gets, the more they come out,
Right.
And things are slamming, and you can hear he's got Becky on the phone, and he's like, Becky,
Arg, arg.
smallmouth are stupid, and
Smallmouth. Blame it all on the smallmouth.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I missed that.
The other 3 are scared out of their mind. I'm on the phone, and Pete's like, "Oh my God."
I'm so emotional right now.
Pete missed it. The mess.
I haven't seen a wall pierced by a graphite rod. It's 10 years ago.
We went to bed without breakfast when I was up on. I mean, I'm sorry, went to bed without dinner. Because what? The power went out? Power went out, so we couldn't charge batteries. So.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there was no dinner tonight.
You got to go to another house.
No, you have to be punished.
It's everybody's fault.
We'll not eat you. We'll go to bed.
It's everybody's fault.
But here's the so first out.
It's so messed up that we laugh because it's so horrifying when it happens.
Unless it's me or you.
I know.
Like we're just like
horrifying.
Yeah. So first out is McGraw. You know?
It's like, okay, so McGraw's one of your like longest standing friends, just so people understand.
Right. He's like, we know what we're in for. Me and like I'm out. I got stuff up to my eyeballs I'm working on, and McGraw comes out. And it's getting louder, and he's Becky this, Becky that, and it's getting louder. And then Tim McGlenn, who's newest, like Brooks Parker knows me, like he's a young kid, but Tim is like I've only known him for a little while, and he's just looks delirious when he walks out the door. Like
he's never experienced anything like it.
I've never in my whole life seen anything like this. and he comes out in like a daze, like a confusion.
Wait, so what were you doing?
Like the fog of war, like somebody threw a flashbang grenade
Just
in
slamming
there.
stuff around.
Like,
I don't think I did anything.
He's delirious. He's delirious. It's like, is this what you guys do every week? Like
This is how this works.
And he comes out and leans on my boat, and then it draws McGraw in, and the three of us are just listening.
Everybody's huddled in a corner.
We're not even talking. We're just listening.
No, but the best thing that Mike does, this is the thing that Mike always does, whenever he's distraught about something, he has to tell me the thing. And then he goes, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you understand the severity of the situation?
Acknowledge me.
Do you understand? Do you know what's happening here? Do you understand? Do you get it? Do you get it? And I just go, I'm like, yeah, I got it. I got it the first time. I got it. I got it. Yeah.
Well,
but that's what he does. And as he stomps, he keeps repeating, do you get it? Do you get it? This is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
And Becky,
This is bad.
you clearly were not acknowledging him at this moment because it was escalating and it was going. And I'm like, where's Brooks? Because Brooks is on the same.
Oh God, is he hiding in the closet?
He's on the same level as Mike.
He's on the same. He's bad.
He's pinned down.
But
he's in bad shape.
But he's he's got his earbuds in, and he's rocking out to whatever he's retying his drop shots. He's all dialed in, and then
he thinks it's part of his music.
and then the whole ceiling crashes and breaks apart.
Wait, what ceiling crash?
And
the ceiling.
just parts of wood, just splinters, just start flying around, and Brooks becomes aware that something else is going on, and he pulls the earbuds out, and hears what's taking place, and he's the last one out of the door. He's like, dude, you know what's going on in here?
What ceiling crash?
Well, I don't know. There was. I don't know exactly.
Spare parts.
I don't know. I'm outside.
Parts.
I think we got the security deposit back on that one.
Oh yeah, no, I rehabbed it.
Dude,
I rehabbed it. Fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Boots.
He travels with epoxy. It's okay.
I rehabbed it. JB Weld. We got everything. We're good. Wood glue.
I'm outside. I'm like, I'm looking at everybody. They're all looking to me for answers.
They're looking at the Godfather for answers.
I'm like,
this is unbelievable.
I'm like,
this is not unreal.
I'm like, guys,
Bassmaster just texted me. They said they're out.
I'm out. I'm out. MLF doesn't want me either.
This too shall pass.
So how long did everyone stay outside?
Well, as long as it took. Like the sun went down, the moon came up.
This too shall
pass. Beck. Remember you used to make them signs with the lakes and all the stencil. Yeah. Can you get one?
This
too shall pass. Pete Lusick.
We'll hang it up over here somewhere.
And it's got to be Pete Lusick's quote.
This too shall pass.
With a picture of Pete.
As the Godfather.
Yeah, just Pete's initials, PG.
Everybody's like so tight to my boat. They're like, they're clinging for safety. They're
throwing them life vest over the rail.
I just got text from McGraw. I saw the door go off the hinge and I was out. Stupid door.
That door wasn't built the way they used to, It was a newer home.
And
wow.
And then after all was done, like I'm retied and everybody's kind of, trying to figure out what to do. And we all go back inside, and I walked in, and it's like a family room area, and I glanced down the hallway, and I just saw wood parts all over the hallway.
Oh God!
Somebody had to pay for it.
Oh God!
Wow!
Better an inanimate object.
And all of you wanted him to tournament fish again.
And we went upstairs and had pizza.
We went up and had pizza. It was fine. Everything was okay. I ended up catching 21 the next day, and it all worked out.
That was
good.
That's exactly what happened.
And you made the cut, and here we are with this decision.
I just got to say this: anger is a gift. Anger is a gift.
Well, you knew that you were in that spot. Like,
it's in a tight spot.
Dude, that was a freaking hard call.
That was a hard call.
It
was a hard call.
You were like, God, if I go this way.
I literally made the decision idling out.
Did you really?
I made the final decision idling past the checkout guy in the morning. Like, not kidding you. Like, reference Pete again in the morning.
Dude, which way do I go?
Like, should I go left or right? Left or right? But ultimately it felt more right to go right.
It was
and so I went right, and it was the right call.
I would have went left. For sure.
Yeah.
That was well.
It may have worked out if I went left too.
I told you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you were like 60% that way, 40%. They're both going to get you there.
Right.
They're both
good decisions. Yeah.
You just got to fish. And that's what I told you, and you didn't want to hear it. I remember that.
I was like, I know that.
I was like, I told him, I told you that exact thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're both going to get you there. Just whichever one you pick, forget the other. Just forget it and go.
Yeah.
And you're like, ah!
Spot on, Pete.
Oh, God.
Right back.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. There's not that many days like that.
Dude,
So's Becky.
I'm hoping we got a lot more.
You want more.
I brought that up
awesome.
during that tournament. I was like, and you would want to do this again. Why?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That was the greatest.
So painful.
Pray for Becky.
I enjoyed it. We loved
Pray
it,
for
man.
Becky.
Yeah.
It was so fun watching Brooks come out of the house last. Like
it is painful. It is painful when it's happening, but the process in the end is pretty amazing, because you go through the roller coaster. I'm just telling you, you go through the roller coaster and those down moments suck, but like when you get to where you want to be,
But admit to
it's
everyone
amazing.
You can't get to where you want to be without going through that.
Right.
We're really working on this.
We are working on it. We are working on it. No, so honestly, we are. We are. And let me tell you this. And I
this
say
is not
this.
okay.
No. I know it's not okay. And I say this in all like I'm saying this with a straight face, not laughing anymore. Is when you think about like we had this amazing Aaron tribute. In the beginning of the show. Like, it's those things that actually put it in perspective for me. And I have to remember those things, right? Because it's like, we talk about it, but until you can think about things like that, where you put your life in perspective, like how important really is this? It's not life or death. It's, it's important, but I try to think about those things in reference to the world and life.
Yeah, Mike's just wired in a way that, like, when it's happening, it is the most
life and death.
earth-shattering decision at that very moment. He can't see beyond the bubble of that very moment.
Well, that's why he's successful.
Exactly.
Well, because I could see beyond it and say, all right, this ain't really all that important, and go out and shit the bed.
and he is not wired that is unacceptable. That cannot happen.
I've been doing this with him for a long time,
which is great because it does.
Many dinnerless nights.
There's been many dinnerless nights.
Dinless nights.
Go on bed hungry.
Dinless nights.
Dude, don't dare eat that slice of pizza.
Who cooked when you and Mike went fishing?
What's that?
Who cooked when you and Mike went fishing?
Mostly Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we did a little bit of both. No,
Yeah.
we did. We had fresh
What?
walleye. Oh yeah, we had fresh.
You cooked?
I cooked a little. Bri cooked a little.
You cooked?
I did.
He
What'd you
did.
cook?
Well, I cooked walleye. I cleaned the walleye the one night. I cooked.
Elios.
No, I didn't cook Elias. I cooked regular food.
Nah,
What did I
Mike.
cook?
Mike.
I grilled steaks the one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I cooked.
Wow.
It was just me and him. There was nobody else there to.
Well, I
cook.
just didn't know that you cooked.
No, I do a little bit of cooking here and there.
Like Cruz has the greatest line. He's like, when you and Ish and him stay
Oh,
together,
yeah.
he's like, Ish cooks, I clean, Mike eats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nah, Mike.
Yeah,
Mike
but the
was
difference
dialed.
was you guys were on the boat together, so you were on the same schedule.
Yes.
Like with John, Ish, and Mike. Mike is always last man in the building. So if they want to eat, someone better start the food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Because
he's
by
the
the
first
time
out.
he rolls in,
Like Z was saying earlier, like Mike's still got that passion for it, that drive for it. I was there, dude. Like 4 days of dark to dark, and he went out for a fifth. And I know myself, I know my friends, I know a lot of guys competing at the absolute top end would have been like, all right, that's enough. We're going to go with what we got. And he went back out. And I know there aren't many guys that would have went back out.
Oh, I've seen
guys
that 1,000 times.
in their 20s,
Yeah.
they'd be like, we got what we got. Let's figure it out. Good enough. And, and it made the difference.
Made a difference.
For,
It was key.
for you, I've always been impressed and fascinated with your ability to burn it so long and still make competent decisions. Like, I gotta almost pull myself away from it and not return any emails for a little while, and clear my head and
slash years
before I can all of a sudden I get an epiphany, and I'm like, oh, I see it now.
Yeah,
I see it now. But you get that by nonstop going.
Yeah.
Like, if I do that, I never see it.
Yeah.
Like, I get lost and overwhelmed by stuff. But you keep going and going, and that helps you.
Yeah.
And that, what Zona was saying about, you don't have a weakness, that is your ultimate strength, is that you can
It's the
burn.
drive. It's the drive.
You can burn and still think, still succeed and excel in that when, I just can't. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody being able to do it. But you're unbelievable that way. Just daylight to dark and still be able to make a good, competent decision.
And drive yourself to the edge of a breakdown and
Yeah.
freak out.
Yeah, it only costs a couple, door jams.
What destroys him is what drives him.
Is
That's
what?
Yeah.
What destroys him is what drives him.
Right.
It's
You're right.
It's that balance of
Yeah.
I remember this episode of Cheers way back in the day. Remember the little, it was a barmaid Rita or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she was dating like a goalie, and things were going too good, and he couldn't stop a puck to save his life. Because he was with her and he was happy and he couldn't and he had to end up breaking up with her. To get his hockey back.
Had to ruin his life to increase his performance.
I'm pretty sure that episode happened like that.
Mike tried that.
Yeah.
I was like, no,
but
no,
that's
no,
like that's like Mike. You know, he needs shit to be like chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaos is good.
I don't
Is
know.
anyone even watching?
Well, speaking of
you
chaos,
do know we're still live.
Yeah,
Dude, this
still
is
about
my
250
favorite. My favorite conversation.
Well, speaking of chaos, this was a good chaotic show.
Yeah.
This is we had it's like the tournament fishing. It was up and down today with emotions and awesome show. Had a lot of fun, man. I hope everybody watching had a good time. Did you have a good time?
Had a blast.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Big night. Big night.
I want to send some love out to Leslie and Aaron's family.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
His mom, Carol.
Yeah.
Man, we
To
love
Carol,
you
for
guys.
sure, the kids. Yeah.
Wishing you guys all the best. I know what you're going through. But
Yeah.
we're thinking about you.
Yeah, we love Aaron. Want to thank our guests, too, tonight, Beck. Want to thank Matt Florentino from Afco for joining us. That was awesome. Want to thank, of course, Z for chiming in with us. Bri, good get on that
Dano.
one. That was an awesome one. Want to thank everybody for watching
How
and
about
listening.
Dano popping in?
Oh, Dano.
Dano
Jesus.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
The
Don't forget
bearded
Dano.
wonder.
Yeah, Dano Sullivan.
That was a nice appearance
awesome.
by Dano.
Awesome appearance. Great
Really
stories
appreciate
from
him jumping
Dano.
in.
Put it in perspective. Good night, dude. Great show.
Hey.
Why don't we do a shot to go out? I
Oh,
want to
good
thank
Lord.
our friends at Tin Cup for supporting the show for all these years as well, and they got great whiskey. So, cheers to our guests. Cheers to everyone in studio. Cheers for you guys for
Here's
watching.
the 2022. Good
Here's
luck,
the
bro.
2022. It's going to be a good year. Cheers, guys.
Good luck to the door jams.
Door jams.
Oh, man.
Good night, everybody. Hope you had fun watching.
Good night, everybody. Bye. Thank you.
That's good whiskey.
On which tournament organization to make my official announcement. And I'm going to tell you my pick on which tournament organization I'm going to fish in 2019 is